Bahrain have been striking in the power plays. Kasif Siddiqui, strike rate of 100, a best of 28. He's shown glimpses of playing some good hits. All set for ball one. Empire signals play. And immediately, Faisal Khan has been put down by the most simplest of catches. Can't believe what I'm seeing, but that should have been wicket number one. Faisal Khan on his way to the dugout and Bahrain celebrating. What a life, what a reprieve.
Well, I think he was already celebrating, Imran Javed, before he even caught that ball. That was hit straight at him. Easiest of catches. The first ball, early jitters, nervous hands. I think two stiff hands on that occasion, and Imran Javed has grasped an easy catch.
You cannot drop these catches, Shoaib. Almost piercing the gap on the off. This is as easy as it gets. Regulation, straightforward catches. And you can't drop the man who's been your nemesis in the last game.
So true. How costly is this going to be for Bahrain is something that we'll have to look out for. But as of now, first ball of the innings, he's been dropped. Every run that he scores from here is going to hurt Bahrain. Rizwan, you have to feel for him. Just couldn't get that wicket. Short ball again. This has been pulled up in the air. There is a fielder underneath it. And that chance that he got earlier is not going to be utilized by Faisal Khan. He walks back and it's a big wicket for Bahrain.
A blitzkrieg last night with the bat departs for naught today. That's how cricket and sport is, a great leveler. But once again, credit to Rizwan Butt for just following the batter. And Faisal, always my way or highway, a good look, good high catch taken. Imran Javed will breathe a sigh of relief. Faisal Khan departs without scoring. Caught by David Keelan Matthias. 1 wicket down in the very first over without the runs on board.
है कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं. They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया आपने नए दोस्तों से?
Indian donut. तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना is rewarding.
ये बोला था. मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा.
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है. कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें.
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है.
तो कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं.
And the captain who's out there in the middle, Abdul Wahid, Abdul Ghaffar, are both looking for some runs. Strike rate of 100, best of 41, not out. He wouldn't have expected to come out so early in the game. It could have been even earlier had that catch been taken on the very first ball. But I think Rizwan was bowling to Faisal with a plan. That first ball was a short delivery. The second was a normal one. And then again that short delivery to Faisal. Here we go. It's the edge that will fly towards the deep third fielder. So they clearly came out with a plan and they executed it well.
And there's something in the surface once again for the pacers and the seamers. If you get to pitch the ball on the seam, if you get to land it on the seam, you can extract something out of it. Just following him, well-directed short delivery, in no position, could not get on top of it, and lobs it straight to David Keelan Matthias, who's taken a good catch. And Imran Javed at mid-on, I saw him from here, he was running to the bowler, breathing a sigh of relief. And that's how cricket is. You want to see the back of the person you've dropped early in the innings. Kasif Siddiqui needs a big score. Can he cap it off in the final game? Edged and taken. Wicket number 2. Rizwan strikes. This is a prolific start by Bahrain.
Well, no surprises that he is the most wicket taker in the tournament, Rizwan, but he's bowled well on a consistent basis and he's performing for Bahrain today as well. What a great delivery this is for the left-hander. Foolish delivery, taking it away from the left-handed Kasif Siddiqui, gets the faintest of edge and the keeper does the rest. Another wicket down. This is a brilliant over coming in from the bowler, the danger man, Rizwan, but Kasif Siddiqui out on a golden duck. And Saudi Arabia are 1 for 2.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था.
तो आपने 6,000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना?
इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब ₹2.5 निकलता है आपका। अच्छा आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
Right, so the new man in is Saad Khan, 35 years of age, 48 runs, early days for him. A strike rate of 102, but all that is secondary. What is primary right now is to survive out there. Last ball of this over from Rizwan. He's got a slip and a gully in place. Gets that ball on the pads. Flicked away nicely towards fine leg. Will only be a single. So a successful over for Bahrain and a great start to this game. 2 for 2 Saudi Arabia after the end of the first over.
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Over 8, but he's got a 4-wicket haul to his credit. 7 matches for him, and at the moment Bahrain tails up. Nicely bowled. It's so important for Faisal Khan to fire if Saudi Arabia have to look like a good outfit. We saw it last night. The law of averages caught up with Bahrain. Saudi Arabia put it past them. They are playing for 3rd place. And it's all about Faisal Khan. Azad Khair officiating in this game. Seen him for a while in the D10, D20 domestic tournaments as well. There again, just hanging that bat outside off. Unsure of whether to play at it or leave it.
Yes, back-to-back dot balls and Bahrain are on top as of now. That was a great delivery again. That length and just shaping away from the left-hander. Saad Khan. Still a slip in place. That's good to see from Sarfaraz. Stucks it straight back to the bowler. Abdul Wahid Ghaffar, he's on the non-striking end. What's going on through his mind? A brilliant performance last night, and today they are struggling at 2 for 2.
Oh yes, and that's what I was referring to. They look a different side when Faisal Khan gets going. They look a good outfit, and all of a sudden when he departs in the very first over, they're on the back foot 2 for 2. It's all about rebuilding now. Drives it a bit on. This could be close the side of the stumps, but that wasn't the hardest of throws.
Now that was a very risky run at this point in time. Played it straight to the fielder. Yeah, the throw was not all that great. That should have been on the base of the stumps and not in the air, the throw.
And also he collected it in a manner where he stopped and went down on his knee. In such cases you need to charge at the ball and throw it on the bounce, I feel. That's where he lost on fractions of seconds, Shoaib.
That's right. I wanted to cut that. Abdul Wahid too close to his body for that kind of a shot. And that's much better, the one that he's practicing now. A back foot punch. Faisal Khan, that big wicket has definitely given a boost to Bahrain. They would want to finish at 3rd, but everyone would have expected them to go and play the finals until yesterday, before that match started against Saudi Arabia. Pulled, but not from the middle of the bat. Straight to the fielder, direct hit. Well, is he going upstairs? Yes, he is. What do you reckon, Mikhail?
Not too sure if the throw was that hard that it came at the stumps. The pace on the ball from the fielder because he was in motion when he threw it. And that's where he didn't get that much of force on the ball. But this could be close because it's a direct hit. It'll always keep everyone interested. Looks like he's made it. Ground your bat. If you're a youngster, never plonk it. It'll certainly help you getting into that crease. There he is, safe and sound.
Yes, one of those comfortable and easy decisions for the television umpire, Anant Kumar. 4 runs on the board at the end of the second over with 2 wickets down, Saudi Arabia. Edged and over the fielder. Will that go all the way? Yes, I think it's touched the ropes. A valiant effort with the foot, but that's not going to be enough as Rizwan is disappointed. Saudi Arabia get their first boundary.
And that too through an edge. That's been the problem with them this afternoon. Nothing has come from the middle of the bat. They've been edgy, streaky. There again, look to play it in front of the wicket and just raced towards the third man region. Imran trying to bring that boot of his in time, but to no avail. Nevertheless, Saudi Arabia need a move on from here. They need a partnership. They need somebody who can just counter-attack as well. Can the captain bail the team out of trouble?
Well, they've always looked a lot more comfortable taking those singles than capitalizing on the power play. Not a lot of aggression shown from the Saudi Arabian batters. Overall in the tournament, their bowlers have done really well. The batters, though, have just struggled a little bit.
Oh, yes, and that's why the role of Faisal Khan, we keep coming back to him because we saw it last night. He was the reason why Oman are in the finals today, to be very honest, more than Bahrain being out of it. And that's why if Faisal Khan gets going, the team gets a facelift in the top order.
Another tight single taken. This one again not timed too well. Just a tad bit late on that shot. But Rizwan, what a performer he has been.
Abdul Wahid Ghaffar, 7 of 5 for him. He'll need to steady the ship. It's just drifting at the moment. A little bit of a storm. They are in the middle of a storm. Courtesy Rizwan, but how good he's bowled in the channels, kept it short sometime, drawn the batter forward, and that's why you find him in second position in the highest wicket takers.
Oh yes, I think he's been consistent. Amar Khalid has just overtaken him in the previous match, but other than that, Rizwan Butt has been most impressive. Both these bowlers, in fact, have been very impressive, have done well for their sides, and we'll see them in action tonight as well. That one is again just beating the outside edge of the bat. Some movement in the air, and that is what has been his main weapon, especially with the new ball.
And watch out for that delivery that surprises the batter, the short delivery that hurries the batter as well. That's something he's got it really well. That's because it's directed in the right area and region, making it very uncomfortable for the batter. And that just takes off as well.
An easy single taken by Abdul Wahid Ghaffar, who moves on to 8. And that's the end of the third over. Saudi Arabia are 11 for 2 after 3.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6,000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2,000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2,000 बुकिंग साइड।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईस्ट माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईस्ट माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Fan code Atrangi, Ullu, Ultra, Willow, Geo Super and Geo. So you've got no reasons not to watch these exciting games. Of course, we still have the finals to come. That's a good looking shot from Abdul Wahid Ghaffar. He played some really exquisite shots last night. A cut that was played towards point. The ball went racing towards the boundary, and then a beautiful on drive, which we haven't seen in the entire tournament. So Abdul Wahid Ghaffar definitely can bat, but hasn't played to his potential in the tournament.
And he can do that when he has freedom as well. He could do that last evening because there was Faisal Khan at the other end. This time around, the situation is different. Nicely driven straight back to the bowler. As a batter, you like to play your shots knowing that you have the cushion of runs or you have somebody already striking at the other end. It's all situational sometimes. And as a captain, you'll want to shoulder more responsibility when your team is 12 for 2.
Using his feet, wanted to get close to that ball. But Satya, he's managed to move that away from the left-hander. Some late movement.
Oh yes, he can be a very difficult bowler, Satya. Very unassuming in his run-up. Keeps it very simple, 3-4 steps into his stride. May have been drifting down leg.
Yes, he definitely looks quicker. Looks like he's of decent pace, but when you're out there in the middle, he's actually quick. Satya has been full in this over. We've not seen him bowl that length that he normally does. Now that's much better. That's gone high up in the air. Chipped, but will land safely. They're looking for two. He's dropped his bat, but the throw was not all that great.
Oh, Yasad was struggling. Firstly, he was slow to take off for that second run. He was more ball watching initially. But look at Abdul Wahid Ghaffar. He was certain, but then Saad was circumspect. Lost his bat, but that throw, had it been a bit more faster and more accurate, Saad could have been struggling as well. But at the moment, Saudi Arabia will be happy that they've arrested the slide and they're building a small partnership. Again gives that the wild swing and misses it. It's the ball leaving the left-handed batter and Saad is not able to negate that. 4 gone. It's 14 for 2.
है कौन है ये?
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं। They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया आपने नए दोस्तों से?
इंडियन डोनट। तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना is rewarding.
ये बोला था। मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
End of the fourth, 14 for 2. Both the openers out for a duck, and the other two are now trying to survive out there in the middle. 9 of 9 for Waheed, and Saad is on 5 of 11. As in comes a bowling. I thought it was a bowling change, but not to be. It is Imran Khan who will bowl his second over of the game.
When you win the toss and bowl first and you have both the openers back in the dugout for naught, it's a performance your captain will feel vindicated about at the toss as well. Once again, just trying to fend that outside off, trying to play it down, cover sweeper. Abdul Wahid Ghaffar is a very good looking bat. It's so good on the eyes when he middles that ball.
Swing and a miss. That's way too wide from Imran Khan. Didn't have to go for that delivery, but again, it's just that the runs are not coming in as much as they would have expected Saudi Arabia, and that has forced Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar to try and take on Imran Khan.
Yeah, in this format, you lose 2 early wickets and you get into a little bit of a rut, then you have to at some point in time get a little adventurous. The situation will demand, just like how Abdul Wahid is trying to go after the bowling. You cannot go into your shell too much as well. That's why you can see him trying to play the big shots. And I've just liked the way Imran Khan is finding the channel around the off-stump region and getting the ball to move away with the slip in place. It's more about creating an opportunity.
Yes, and as you can see, there's one more fielder. One more fielder who's been moved onto the offside. So 5 on the off inside the 30-yard circle, and that ball has been bowled around the off stump. In fact, outside off stump, and that has just been pushed towards backward point for a single.
5 on the off inside the circle, and they still find a single in that region.
I think that's because all the fielders are now on the circle and not inside the 30-yard circle. They're more than happy to give those singles, at least until the power play overs are done. Beautifully captured that field change. For the left-hander now, they've got 4 fielders on the off and a slip.
Drives past mid-off. That's going to be 4. The first shot of authority, where he's timed the ball well, and that will do a world of good to Saad Khan's confidence as well.
Yes, there's no harm in taking your time and then playing your shots. You can still accelerate once you've settled in, once you know the pitch. And Saad, I think, has come out with that plan and intention. That ball was in the zone, asking to be hit. The placement was good, and he's got 4 runs. And that's much better length from Imran. Just realizing that the previous ball was a lot fuller, he decides to get it in that good length area, the corridor of uncertainty.
Imran Khan has been wicketless. Only 8 runs into his second over. Final delivery. Sarfaraz Ali winning the toss, deciding to bowl first, and what a start they've had. Again, just dragging it short. He'll end it with a dot ball. This is a fine performance by Imran Khan. So the first 5 overs are done and dusted with. Saudi Arabia have lost 2 early wickets and have managed only 20 runs.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, उसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता है आपका। अच्छा, आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
Thank you very much, Mikhail and Shweb. It's time for rebuild, and it is the captain who's right there in the center. Pulls it on the onside. The ball is chasing. Oh, a bit of juggle. I think he's pulled it back. Maybe. What do you call Suhas?
Requires another look for sure. Good evening, Abid. Good evening, everyone listening in as well. There was supposed to be something regulation for him. Imran Javed soon realized the ball just doesn't want to be stopped. The replay will tell us how funny it looks eventually, but I think I think he was a little complacent first up. You are not complacent when the coach is in the background.
Well, you're bound to make mistakes when your coach is watching so closely.
If not the hand, the boot helps. Does it? Does it? Oh, in fact, it's kicked towards the boundary rope. I'll tell you what, out of all the camera angles, I think the best view is with the coach at the moment.
Oh, I think
while he's picking it up, he's touching the rope. And wait for the umpire's signal.
That close it is, and umpire is called it wide. Yes, it is very evident, and not the place to hide for Imran there. The coach was right behind you.
Veerabhadran missed his mark, to be honest. That's not the right line to be bowling. Age 10, will it be taken? It's gone between the slip and the diving keeper. Our photographer Biju will definitely help with fielding this one. But Veerabhadran wanted this opportunity at least to be converted. Someone had to take it. I think the slip had a better chance.
It was just right between the two there, keeper. It was well away from the keeper. By touching his glove, it went the other way around. That's why the fielder at slip is not happy. So as the captain of Bahrain would not be happy with these efforts.
Veerabhadran's conceded 2 boundaries in most unlikely fashions. One was supposed to be a couple of runs. The other was supposed to be a wicket. That's what his mind is telling him.
I think the impact was outside the line there. He shuffled. A big shout there just to play some mind game with the batter. And it's been action all this time since we have jumped in the com box. What an exciting day of cricket it is going to be.
Bahrain are breathing fire.
It's their wounded Tigers, isn't it? Last night they lost the game against the similar team.
Good delivery. And of course, Bahrain have a point to prove as well. They were exceptional throughout the tournament. Some of the phases of play, if you would see, they were so impressive that I genuinely believe that T20 cricket went a level high, and you should look at a team like Bahrain for the sheer story to stardom that they've achieved with this tournament. But that's great. Good contact. Don't bother chasing.
That's been cracked. Hit nicely. He's just waited for that ball to come into him. And then playing on the onside, it's always the love story, bat connecting the ball. And the ball and the distance does confirm that went all the way for 4.
What a good shot. He was at least a yard outside the crease itself. The point of interception changes. The gaps become better accessible. Look at that single. Veerabhadran completes an expensive over. 3 boundary balls in there. 2 of them convincing. 6 overs gone. 34 for 2.
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
तुम सच में खुद को किसी फिल्म का हीरो समझते हो क्या?
ये बताओ, तुम्हें मौत ज्यादा खूबसूरत लगती है या जिंदगी?
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
And he signals the start of the second power play as well. 6 overs gone, 34 for 2. Imran Javed, moments ago trying to save a boundary. Now with a ball in hand. Abid, how much has he impressed you? He's got that extra bit of pace and bounce.
Yeah, bowls those heavy balls as well. Immediately picked up between the fielder and the bowlers, running away for 4 runs. Well, not the ideal start for Imran Javed with the ball in hand.
Beautiful shot. He did just enough to send it for 4. All he wanted to do was just hit in the gap. Didn't bother about being in good shape while doing so. Just enough bat percentage as well, teasing the fielder, Rizwan. Now is standing outside the crease because of the hint of swing Imran Javed's generating. It becomes drivable length as well once you're standing outside the crease, and if that's the length that he's going to carry on bowling.
It's always hard for a bowler to make a comeback when you go and get hit for a boundary on a very first delivery. It's the other way around when you pick up a wicket on a very first ball. So it's kind of a start which is very important for any bowler.
Absolutely right, Abid. 26 matches, 23 wickets with an economy of 8.03. And he's not someone who shies away from operating in the power play as well. Today, of course, he had to wait to end the power play. More cushion allowed for him in the deep.
Well done, boy.
He's a utility player, Imran Javed.
This man, Suhail Ahmed, has some runs due. That his start of the tournament, he was flawless. 3 back-to-back 50s. And last night, because of him getting out early, the entire team Bahrain struggled.
Just when you want to put aside the concept of law of averages, it sort of catches up, doesn't it, in our game?
Indeed, you're talking about Imran Javed. Yes, he's a very crucial member in the team of Bahrain. He does the similar job what they expect in the bigger level. Like we see Hardik Pandya in India's team. They have a fast bowling all-rounder. Nowadays we have for Pakistan Mohammad Wasim. There is every bowler, fast bowling all-rounder the team carries.
Big clear shout, no. They don't want any more drama, Saudi Arabia. This over started off with a boundary, and there was such a fluent shot to watch from Saad Khan's bat. After that, Imran Javed pulled it back with 3 singles and a dot ball. Still 7 of it with the ball to go. Where are the slower deliveries from Imran Javed? Something that he specializes in. Catch it is the call, and will be taken. I don't think Satya's taken a simpler catch in his life. Straight to his throat. Straight down his throat.
Well, when you don't have a good start of the over, you make sure the end goes on your way. This is what exactly happened here. He's gone for a boundary in the first delivery, and he had the last laugh in the end. Gone is Abdul Wahid, the captain of Saudi Arabia, 19 of 18. It's 41 for 3.
कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
इसमें हमारे कंपनी का लगभग 1000 सब्सक्राइबर का डेटा है।
आजकल फ्रॉडियो ने एक नया तरीका ढूंढ लिया है।
अरे अभी तो पिक्चर शुरू हुआ है।
ये ओटीपी देने का 30,000 रुपए कैसे कट गए? ये मैंने नहीं किया।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
That economy as well is very decent, 7.4. 25 matches, 13 wickets suggests, Abid, that he's not someone who bowls regularly or completes his quota every time. Just makes the most out of those overs which sort of stop a partnership from prospering. Or when a new man is in, probably gets an over. And I also like the fact that sometimes certain bowlers prefer from bowling from a certain end. And for him to give him the change of end, he completes an over as well.
Yeah, but then he's also a useful bowler as a team. And he's a fantastic bowler. All this time, I remember one occasion when in the penultimate over, he's gone only for 2 runs. Where it was his partner who leaked the runs and they lost the game against Canada.
Just easing it in the gap for a single here. Saad Khan's got a big role to play in this game. The only man's got a start and is still out there because captain's departed. Irshad Mubashir is the new man in. And he's no muck with a bat. 58 runs in 5 matches. That's because he's having an off season for him. 19.33, that average has to improve. The best of 21 is just a beginning for a man who packs a punch to score big 50s.
Oh, I didn't. I really certainly agree with that. He has plenty to come for him, especially the way Saudi Arabia direction is going in their favor. Things are really working for them. Looking, as captain also mentioned, that maybe coming up a couple of more years, they'll be in all sort of a different level.
Oh, good delivery. That was a quicker delivery. And right on top of off stump as well. Or did he choose that line just outside off? The replay will tell us.
He's testing the batter there by keeping the wicket keeper up. It is just that last ball when the keeper has brought up to the stump.
Saad Khan, known as Lara. And no prizes for guessing who his favorite cricketer is. Again, a little sloppy on the field, Bahrain. Second time we've seen this happen within a space of 15 minutes.
Yeah, one of the finest left-hander this beautiful game cricket has ever witnessed. There is slightly a glimpse of him in this man, Saad Khan.
Especially with the way he opens the face of the bat, uses the wrists. That's an excellent shot. That's an excellent shot. He knew what he was doing. Sarfaraz Ali didn't want to give him any room. But the batter decided, I will work with whatever room's available. It's not an easy shot to play either.
And also that you have the keeper up, you make sure that you need to time it well. And he did. Not just timed it well and picked up the gap as well. Beautifully done. Irshad Mubashir. He gets his first boundary. Now the captain need to pick up a wicket as well. So they need a wicket in the regular intervals. That's how you can stop that big total being posted. Now this is better now, where you're bowling around the off stump and inviting batter to try to play on the front foot rather than back foot. Yeah, because you have the keeper up. You really want to take that little chance. And it's quite challenging to keep.
Dot ball to end the over. Good comeback by Sarfaraz. 8 overs gone, 48 for 3.
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर। हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी।
Straight to the fielder at backward point, Haider. 7 of the first over for Imran Javed, but he was able to pick up the wicket of the opposition captain.
Well, Shaz, now it's despite losing 3 wickets, but they're still on the right track in terms of runs on board. All they need to do is accelerate at the right time and choose the right bowlers.
That's great adjustment by the batter. But they come back for the second and they're taking the first one very easily, in fact. I think they decided no drama at this stage.
Well, indeed, this little man called Saad Khan is reminding me a lot of memories back in the days. We used to see a great batter, the left-hander. I had this man, Brian Lara, is someone I admired all my life watching him as a being ideally, but I wish I was only the left-hander could have done what Saad is doing.
Yes, you both share the same interest then. Saad Khan's idol is Brian Lara indeed. And I think you have to earn your place. I mean, you have to earn that name. If someone's calling you by your idol's name, you have to earn it. And it's a big moment in his life as well, Saad Khan's.
Well, indeed. 50 comes up for Saudi Arabia. Yeah, indeed, that's a big reputation that you need to carry because people will be really there to judge you as comparing with some of the greats.
Absolutely. Once again. Just plays it in the gap and quietly picks up a single. That's been the story of this over so far. A dot ball and 3 singles. I think this game is also entering into a quiet phase once the field is widely spread. And Saudi Arabia, having lost 3 wickets, are waiting for the right ball to pick and choose to send it for 4. No undue drama, no undue risk. Just playing to the merit of the ball. This time he got the width, wanted to slash hard at it.
Yeah, he's stunned with that ball, still so doing some movement of the deck with the angle and that extra bounce, extracted beaten Irshad Mubashir there. He's also slight bit of under pressure because they are in a rebuilding phase. They lost their openers too early today.
There was some edge, and yes indeed, Imran Javed strikes again. It's Irshad Mubashir this time around who's lost patience. Went hard at it the previous ball, this time he's edged it as well. Good catch, very good catch by the keeper.
Well, that wicket was due, the drama was due, the way Imran Javed was bowling in this over from beginning. He has that tendency to pick up wicket on the last bowl, and he does yet again. Irshad walks out on 6:51 for 4.
है कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं। They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया आपने नए दोस्तों से?
इंडियन डोनट। तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना is rewarding.
ये बोला था। मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर। कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता आपका। अच्छा आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
तूने ही बोला था ना गेम में हारने वाले भी जीतते हैं।
ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स का अपना लीग में टीम बनाने वालों की जीत पक्की होती है, चाहे वो हारे या जीते।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
$51 for 4 at the end of 9. Saad holds the key here to up the ante during the middle overs. Mohammad Hisham Sheikh's just walked in. That phase from 9 to 14. Majid's been introduced. Such a lovely drive.
Now, whenever left-hander plays any drive shot, Usually the noise from the bat, it's more echoing than the right-hander. I don't know. That's what I feel. If you see Yuvraj Singh and players like those, and it is the Mohammad Hisham with a very good average. They need that average there, but not the strike rate. Yeah, below than 100. 20 overs game.
One of the better fielders in the side as well, Satya. And Saudi Arabia, 53 for 4. It's time that they reassess the situation and throw some caution to the winds. They can't afford to lose another at this stage. You want this partnership to carry at least to the 15th over so that you have enough wickets in hand to provide the launch required towards the end.
Oh, he's bowled onto the leg side. But now every time Saudi Arabia loses a wicket, the pressure gets bigger and bigger for Saad Khan because he's holding one end. And that's what, more than the actual batter who gets out, it's more headache for Saad.
What is it about left-handers named Saad in this tournament, huh? Pressure all the time?
Yeah, indeed. Another left-hander named Saad is all gearing up, let me tell you. Big day for Canada.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, all the other teams from the Middle East, they would have played some cricket over here. They understand the situations, the conditions better, the ground better. And there comes Canada from the Western world, finds itself in the finale due to some exceptional performances at different stages of this tournament. Just speaks volumes of how well they've adjusted.
Well, indeed, it's 360 dimension, completely change of weather, change of everything, almost to the conditions, to each and everything.
You got to acclimatize as well. That's a beautiful shot. Oh wow, he's picked a spot here. Mohammad Hisham Sheikh is announced. Yes, he's out there with a bat in hand indeed. All it took was 3 balls for him to find his first boundary.
Slightly pitched up there. He just kind of wanted the batter to play on the offside rather. He bended down one knee and he goes over mid-wicket.
And doesn't need to play at those. So in his mind now, 5 runs of the first ball that he's faced. Or 1 ball that he's faced rather. In this over, Majid's gone for 9 with a ball to go. Will that extra ball hurt him? Or will that extra ball be a boon? Dot ball to finish the over. That's a good delivery as well. 10 overs gone. Saudi Arabia at the halfway stage. 62 for 4. We've got Mikhail Vaswani and Shoaib in the com box.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Try to make the most of the conditions in off over. Look at that for a slash on the off. He's looked very fluent in the middle this evening, Saad Khan. He's played some exquisite drives down the ground. But the problem for him is his partners at the other end who just left him and walked back to the dugout. They need a partnership, and at a brisk rate. They played superb cricket last evening. They'll need to draw inspiration from there. This time slash straight to the fielder at point, and it's taken a very good catch. That was travelling, but he timed his jump to perfection there, Haider Ali. Another wicket falls. Hisham has to walk back. Half the side back in the dugout. And Bahrain are making merry in the middle. This after they won the toss and decided to bowl first. Imran Javed with that wicket. An innocuous action. Didn't get on top of that. Look at that for timing your jump. Beautifully taken. Hisham departs. Wicket number 5 here for Saudi Arabia. It's 63 for 4.
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया है तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
63 for 4 in the 11th over. Imran to continue. Oh, it's edged. And they'll run away to the third man for a 4. He gets off the mark in the streakiest of fashions, and Usman won't be complaining. He likes to use the long handle to best effect. No better time to welcome my co-commentator as well, Shoaib Ahmed.
Thank you, Mikhail. Yes, at the halfway mark, 67 for 5, Saudi Arabia. They are looking for runs and they will take all that they can get. That was off the edge. Doesn't matter as long as they keep coming for Saudi Arabia. Usman Najib, he's the new man in and he started off with a 4. Best of 19. Will definitely need more than that for Saudi Arabia to get to a decent total. Imran Javed continues, gets that angle across. He's so good with that angle. Just beating the outside edge of the bat again of Usman Najib. Saad Khan and Usman Najib both will have to stitch a partnership here. They still have got 10 more overs, 9 after this. That's a lot of time in T20 cricket. And we've seen already a multiple number of times in the tournament, teams have lost wickets, but they've also come back in the game by scoring some runs at the fag end of the innings.
Absolutely, Shoaib. And in the meanwhile, Imran Javed in the middle of a brilliant spell, 3 for 15 for him in his third. He's making it count. He's picked that up. Plays that towards mid-wicket. Work to do for Rizwan. Couple of runs. Now Imran dropped the catch at the very first ball earlier in the day. But when it's come to bowling, he's given a very good account of himself.
Yes, that's true. Imran Javed dropped that catch on the very first ball. And sometimes that does play on your mind all throughout the game. But luckily for him, Faisal Khan was out after 2 deliveries. And I think he'll want to forget that drop catch. Meanwhile, this one's gone high up in the air. Another chance for the fielder. No chance whatsoever. It's just, I think, bounced before the ropes. Yes, umpire says 4, and 4 it will be. 11 overs have been bowled. A 4 to end the over. 73 for 5.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Saad has been the only batter who's looked good. He had Waheed for company. He was just about getting ready for a big score, but then departed. Faisal and Kashif departed in the very first over. Irshad and Hisham in single digits as Majid bowls his second over down the leg. That'll be a wide. And that's where Bahrain need to tighten things. No extras, no free runs.
Yes, he was expensive in the first over, gave away 10, and now he's bowled a wide. So we'll have to cut that on Majid for Bahrain.
By Majid. Always an opportunity when a left-arm orthodox spinner is bowling into a left-handed batter. Can play with the turn. But this is going to be an interesting battle, interesting contest. Usman, since the time he's come, Shoaib, he's only looked to play the big hits.
Yes, he does have a long handle. Wants to hit the ball out of the park every time. We'll just have to be a little cautious on the shot selection. If he can choose which deliveries to be hit, he will get some important runs for Saudi Arabia. You can't be going berserk on every ball, so you'll have to pick and choose your battles wisely. That's what I was talking about. Very well done, Usman. Allows the ball to go and thud into the gloves of the wicketkeeper. Very well done. He will get his chances, just needs to be a little patient. Gets the inside edge, they're looking for that quick single. Will get it comfortably in the end. That's a much better ball from Majid, getting that arm ball in. Not a lot of turn, so the spinners will have to depend a lot on the variation in their pace. Will have to bowl a lot quicker, and sometimes to deceive the batter will have to bowl slower as well. That's where they'll have to manipulate and make the batsman think.
Trying to play for the turn on that occasion, Saad, but that went with the arm. Just trying to drag that from outside of off. Shorter this time. He's played it towards backward, deep backward square leg. Rizwan with the fielding does well to keep it to 1.
Saad Khan, he's more than okay to take those singles and keep rotating the strike, which I don't think is wrong. Especially now in this situation, it is important that Saudi Arabia plays the entire 20 overs. 12 overs have been bowled, 8 more to go. Saudi Arabia 77 for 5.
हैं कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं. They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया आपने नए दोस्तों से?
Indian donut. तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना is rewarding.
ये बोला था. मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा.
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है. कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें.
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर. सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर.
Score top overs as well, as he'll finish off with 4, as he's being persisted with. The rest not amongst the wickets, but have been very tidy with the ball. Oh, chipped in the air, but that'll fall in no man's land, just short of captain Sarfaraz Ali. You need this kind of luck sometimes. It could have gone anywhere. You can wear a smile on the face, but it's an opportunity gone a-begging.
Yes, you can't be complacent, especially at this point in time of the game. Saudi Arabia are on the back foot, and Bahrain will want to capitalize on that. 5 wickets down. They need to finish things off well. Bahrain, they cannot be complacent, and all those missed chances might just come back to haunt them. Cricket is a funny game. This one's just been played towards long off. Hasn't timed it too well, but will get a single.
We'll take a look at Imran Javed's wickets. First one, didn't get the distance on this. Straightforward catch to the fielder at long off. Then again looking to play across the line. He just went in with that angle, and all 3 occasions it was the delivery that was away from the right-handed batter. We are back live, and Imran Javed has done a remarkable job for Bahrain, taking 3 wickets. Usman Najib has not shied away from playing the big hits. He's made his intentions clear. Saad Khan once again very agricultural this evening in his 29, but has been the mainstay.
Short ball, it's been played straight to the deep third fielder. Another wicket for Imran Javed. He gets his 4th. What a spell he's bowled here tonight at the Oman Cricket Academy. Has bowled that length that has been troublesome for all the batters, including Usman, who wanted to go big, finds the thickish edge and flies towards the deep third for a simple catch. So wicket number 6 down now for Saudi Arabia. It's Usman Najib who's walking back after scoring 12 of 8.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता है आपका। अच्छा आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
Imran Javed, 4 wickets for him. In comes Hasib Ghafoor, best of 36, strike rate over 100. He's played 7 games. So Bahrain into the tail, into the low middle order of Saudi Arabia. And what a contrasting performance it's been to last night's. Bahrain have come back well after winning the toss. Imran Javed, 4 wickets for him. He's bowled in the right areas, come in at an angle to the right-handed batter. So much so that the captain has gone in with a slip as well for him now, for the new batter. Mid-off coming up. There's mid-on as well. Point and covers. Can he make it 5? Watchfully defended. This has been the problem with Saudi Arabia. Nobody has stood tall in adversity. Nobody has seen opportunity. We've seen Saad Khan hanging around in the previous games as well. Abdul Wahid, Abdul Ghaffar as well has been very impressive as captain batsman. So has he, Sarfaraz Ali. He's played some very, very unorthodox hits in the middle. He wants the single. He's still to get off the mark. So this has been a brilliant over. Only 3 runs coming off it and a wicket. He completes his quota of 4 overs. Takes 4 for 24. 13 gone. It's 80 for 6.
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया है
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
तुम सच में खुद को किसी फिल्म का हीरो समझते हो क्या?
ये बताओ तुम्हें मौत ज्यादा खूबसूरत लगती है या जिंदगी?
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Just like the performance of Saudi last night, that was a golden lining on the entire tournament, that win against Bahrain. But tonight, it's a different ball game altogether, where they're struggling at 81 for 6. We all knew that Bahrain is a very strong setup, but they just faltered at the wrong time, I would say. That game should have been 1 or 2 games earlier, so that they could have gotten a chance to come back in the tournament. Unfortunately, it was the last league game. They just wanted a win. They couldn't get that win, and now they're playing for the 3rd place position.
And not surprisingly, that team meeting post that loss went on for a very long time. The entire team was in discussion with the coach, and they were just looking back at that loss. Shot down the leg side, played towards the long leg region. That's racing away, will be cut off. And he'll keep it to only 1. That's poor running. There should have been 2 in that. But Saad Khan is telling his partner, let me take more strike.
Yes, and that should be the case. He's the man who's settled now, has to play most of the deliveries that are left, if not all. Outside off, no foot movement, should have gotten close to that delivery. No turn whatsoever. You can see the ball just continuing that same line, that same trajectory. Sweeps this one from outside off towards square leg for a single.
Saad Khan needs some support in the middle. Hasib Ghafoor has showed signs of biding time. The problem with the lower middle order is You're always on the lookout for that big hit, for that glory shot. That's more out of instinct than anything else. Puts that away towards deep backward point for another single. So Bahrain putting on a show with the ball. Another very fine over so far. Only 4 runs coming off it. It's the middle overs where Bahrain has done well after putting Saudi Arabia on the back foot.
Goes big, goes towards the long on, and that's cleared the ropes with a lot of ease. That's a good looking shot, a shot of authority from Saad Khan to end the over. That's brilliant batting from Saad Khan. 14 overs, 90 for 6.
है कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं. They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया अपने नए दोस्तों से?
Indian donut. तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना is rewarding.
ये बोला था. मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा.
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है. कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें.
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर. सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर.
So Satya has been reintroduced in the attack. 2 overs before this, 15 runs is what he conceded. Hasn't taken a wicket yet. Will want to change that and would want to clean that tail of Saudi Arabia. 6 wickets down. They have to restrict them to as low of a total as possible. Yes, there is no scenario of net run rate whatsoever, but you don't want to take chances, do you? Have to finish off what they've started, Bahrain. While on the other hand, Saudi Arabia, they should look to play those 20 overs. Who's going to do that for them? Saad Khan has managed to hold that one end up, hasn't allowed wickets to fall, at least from his end. He's made sure that he stays there. 37 of 37, run a ball. But what is important is that he plays till the end.
Yes, and he finds support as well. This look good. How things changed in this tournament, Shoaib. We've seen close games, last over finishes, Oman coming from behind, almost out of the equation, Bahrain surprising everybody, Canada playing a very, very fearless brand of cricket, overhauling a target of 190, Oman going down in the final ball in the first encounter with Canada, and then second time when they played them, they lost out in the last over. Last evening, Saudi got past Bahrain. It's been quite a ride, the Desert Cup T20I series.
So true. Couldn't agree more on that. We've seen some high quality cricket, and what has been special is that teams that were written off came back and came back strongly. Right, so 6 wickets down already for Saudi Arabia. Let's quickly look at those 6 wickets and how they fell. I think that initial blast from Rizwan did the trick. That big wicket of Faisal Khan was an important factor in that downfall. That was again another great wicket. This was wicket number 3, caught at long off, easy catch. Just threw their wickets at the wrong time. Again, trying to accelerate when it was not needed. This one was, oh, what a good catch that was. Great jump. And then that's the wicket number 6. So a lot of wickets, if you see, the catches have gone behind square. There was one which was Faisal Khan's wicket towards long on, and there was the last one as well towards the deep third. So clearly goes to show, if you pitch the ball as a fast bowler around that half mark of the wicket, you do get some bounce and pace off the wicket. Saudi Arabia, they've got some really serious bowling lineup as well. All they need to do is get a decent score on board. And when I say decent, I mean at least 130 to 140. If they can get that, Saudi Arabian bowlers will fancy. And if they can get those early overs where they can get early wickets, I think we have a game on our hands.
Yes, and also Bahrain have shown signs of crack as well in their batting order sometimes. They as well falter. We've seen it last evening. Saudi should believe that they can once again make those early inroads into the Bahrain batting lineup. Meanwhile, Satya continues. It's picked up nicely, played towards deep backward square leg. It'll be another single. David Keelan Matthias, Imran Khan rather, doing the fielding there at fine leg. Saudi and Bahrain playing for places for number 3 and number 4 in this Mazaplay.net Desert Cup T20I series. Later in the evening, we have the big final. Oman taking on Canada. Oh, he almost pulled that, didn't quite connect it. But he got something on the way. We'll have to wait for an indication. That came from the bat. That was an opportunity. But that was always going to be difficult. No signal from the umpire there. So that got some part of the glove. He should have put 2 hands to it.
Who's the wicket? That's been played fine towards the square leg. They're looking for 2 and will get them comfortably in the end. That's Ahmed bin Nasir, the wicket-keeper. 15 overs have been bowled. Saudi Arabia 97 for 6. A change.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, तो इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता है आपका। अच्छा, आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
Five overs left for Saudi Arabia. They've got to survive here. 4 wickets left for them. Big swing and a miss. They're inching towards 100. Good evening, Abid. They're inching towards 100. They need much more than that. It's a great comeback by Bahrain after their trouncing last night.
Yeah, indeed. But in this game, it's been a great comeback from Saudi Arabia. The way they had the start, they had a sluttering start. They were not up to the mark. They lose the openers too early, Kashif and Faisal. Since then, it's been a great recovery for them from 2 wickets down for 2 and right till here, almost 200. And if things go on their way, Saad stays down till the end, you might see that 150 run might be achievable here. And that's what the captain was saying at the toss when I was there with him. He was saying he's eyeing to score 160.
Not from the bat part that he wanted, but still a single as Satya refrains from the throw. How impressive has Imran Khan been? 15 deliveries and he's given away just 9. He's holding the batters from one end. He's putting the pressure from one end, even though the wickets are being taken by the other bowlers. Now for the left-hander, 3 men inside the circle on the off. 1 for the cut shot as well, behind the wicket. As a shot third man, and then of course a man at deep mid wickets posted. Long gone is in place as well. Just in front of square, 1 more. In the deep. That's poor delivery. That's a poor delivery indeed. Imran Khan's first freebie.
Yeah, the moment you start praising him, I tell you, a commentator has a thing so too to do that. Commentators curse. I think Imran Khan, the way he started the tournament, the first game he played, he picked up 4 wickets. He's played a major role in that victory. Oh, that was good delivery there yet again from Imran Khan. So then the role has been slightly changed for him. Now he contains runs rather than picking up wickets.
And he's willing to do both, in fact. So well prepared. This one hurried on to a batter who's faced 40 deliveries before this. Just tells you.
Pulls those heavy bowls and really had a very nice action.
It just tells you the quality of the man. He's hit it in the air, but he's in the gap as well. Work to do. Good dive. Good dive, but he's hurt himself in the process. That's not a good sign, Rizwan. He's holding his left hand. 100% commitment at all times.
Now 100 up finally there. This was just hit the right direction between the two fielder, but the effort from Rizwan is to cut down that one from the boundary line.
Good slower delivery. Slightly early into that shot was Saad Khan. Was just inching towards what looks like a runner ball 50 as well. Haseeb Ghafoor 6 of 10. The last 4 overs. Can they get that big finish? 102 for 6.
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
तुम सच में खुद को किसी फिल्म का हीरो समझते हो क्या?
ये बताओ, तुम्हें मौत ज्यादा खूबसूरत लगती है या जिंदगी?
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Then the little slump of Irshad Hisham and Usman returning as well without troubling much. The opposition's quite happy at this stage with Haseeb 6 of 10. Zain can bat, Atif can bat, Ishtiaq can throw his bat around. 102 for 6. They need a bit more here. At least 135. And again, that benchmark I'm saying, because we saw Oman a few nights ago trying to pull out a victory of that as well, of 135, the cushion they had.
Well, indeed. Well, I think it's still 102 right now, but they'll be eyeing to score that 150, obviously. And now this is a good delivery with the angle going away. Saad is trying to hit that ball a little too hard. 34 deliveries has been played as a dot ball here. That's something that you need to do when you're rebuilding. But yes, if you convert those half, 15 deliveries, at least 15 more runs.
Big swing and a miss. Good intention there. Not at the execution. Rizwan's quick as well. He's generating that extra bit of bounce, and Saad has just realized that. Rizwan's picked up 2 wickets in 14 deliveries. Started off really well with 2 dot balls. This ball is very special. Something has to give here. What does Saad do? He's got to be cheeky to try and get the runs. Or Rizwan, is he going to go with a slower delivery? Beautifully placed, but there is a man in the deep. Will only be a single.
Yeah, he goes slightly deep in his crease to play that cut shot. Now he's inching close to his 50, and this man has the 350s on his name. But yet again, he need to work, because the last night it was first delivery for him to get out from Usman Najib.
Yeah, so Hale, all those 3 half centuries were on the trot. It's been 15 deliveries since the last boundary, and what a good ball this is from Rizwan.
Yeah, just throwing kitchen sink at it. Really hard came there, Haseeb. They did a little experiment today, sending up Usman Najib ahead of Haseeb. But maybe that did not really work, because Usman could only manage to score 12 runs. And now at the end of the innings, they need slight bit of boundaries. That's what. 15 deliveries since the last boundary came.
Not in control, but it's okay if it's going to go the distance. Haseeb Ghafoor thanking the edge of the bat for that 6.
Well, there is always a risk involved when you're playing aerial, and this time we had the intent to play on the onside. Getting that top edge and that flung over all the way. For 6 runs. What else you can ask when you're not getting something from the middle of the bat?
Something had to give, and this 6 will make Saudi Arabia feel much better in this over. Otherwise, only a single had been given away before this. The final ball of Rizwan, who's bowled extremely well in this over too. And that is why channel bowling still holds its place in the world of cricket. 17 overs gone, 109 for 6.
कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
इसमें हमारे कंपनी का लगभग 1000 सब्सक्राइबर का डेटा है।
आजकल फ्रॉडियो ने एक नया तरीका ढूंढ लिया है।
अरे अभी तो पिक्चर शुरू हुआ है।
ये ओटीपी देने का 30,000 रुपए कैसे कट गए? ये मैंने नहीं किया।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
It's been that kind of an affair here. You see the 4 wickets also. It's been completely Bahrain bowlers dominating. And Mohammad Rizwan has been exceptional alongside Imran Khan. Imran Khan doing the containing work. And Rizwan and Imran Javed are the one who's picking up wickets. Yet again to bowl final over. Imran Khan, top edge. That's flung over the keeper all the way. Goodness me.
There are ways of getting to a half century. None better than a 6. He just went through with that shot and believed that he can get some bat on it. But whatever bat he got was enough to send the ball the distance. Saad Khan. It's the first time he's shown the intent to up the ante as well. And Saudi Arabia would believe that this will open the floodgates. That's the pure pace of the bowler that's carried it beyond the boundary. Now we'll wait for the umpire's signal, of course. Where does it land? Well past the rope. That's great camera work though. He was tilting down, creating room for himself. Excellent work.
Yeah, some excitement not only for the batter but everyone who's watching this game. Saad Khan, who's came in and really played some sensational game of cricket.
Not much of a celebration because he hardly realized he's reached a milestone. 50 or 47. It's come a little late in the tournament, but a 50 will make him feel much better as he packs his bag. Oh, what a shot! This is pure authority and class once again. He's made Imran Khan, who's got an additional yard or two of pace, look like a spinner while sitting down on one knee, depositing it out of the park.
Well, if one can use his height to the best, it is him. Saad Khan came underneath it beautifully. This time, middle of the bat, nicely hit it. That was a bit of a slower one from the bowler, but whacked it out of the park. Saad Khan is on a sung here, really doing fine job. First 50 for him of the tournament.
100%. 12 runs in the first 2. The perfect start that Saudi Arabia would dream of. Not from the best part of the bat. The bat turning in his hand as well. It's a good Yorker. Wants to come back for the second run. But it didn't look like Hasib was in. No, he wasn't in. The plan had to be conveyed slightly earlier.
Well, also I think Sohas, it's the right time to accelerate. They picked up the right time to go hard at the bowlers. From the last over, where Hasib got a 6 of that particular delivery, but now again here, the acceleration has been excellent. The first 2 deliveries going for a maximum.
Yeah, 150 would be excellent indeed, and 140 would be something that they can say ideal from here on with 4 wickets in hand. Saudi Arabia, they would believe they can make a match out of it. They also ride high on confidence, remember that, after last night. But would they get to 140, 150, perhaps would be even better.
Nicely played towards the cover. You should run for 2. Yes. Good running. That's what you need to be. Always ready, on your toes. for runs. Every single run counts here. We've seen in this tournament a team Canada winning the match against Oman by just 1 run.
Oh, what a contest that was. And of course, we had a lot of fun in the commentary box calling that game as well. Oh, what a good delivery. A white ball signaled. I'll tell you what, the wide line for the bowler, it always looks like it's so tight. That was on the line indeed. That's a good call. That's a very good call by the umpire. The idea was right once again. Executions where Imran Khan's faltered. He's under pressure, remember that. This is much better. This was a slower delivery as well. Hasib Ghafoor had gone through with the shot. If that's the shot that he was offering, for the pace of the ball, he could have done it twice.
Good change of pace there. Now, Imran, you see in this last over, since he's got hit for those 2 maximum, he's bowling slightly wider because he does not want to concede any more runs.
Wind has picked up. So he's got to calculate which end he wants to hit at. He's got to hit it with the wind, but doesn't make enough contact to get the elevation for a big shot on this one. 18 overs gone, 126 for 6 Saudi Arabia.
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
And this is where you can watch us live. It's an ITW Prod GNTPT 360 production. You can watch his Sports Eye fan code Atrangi, Ulu Ultra, Willow TV, Geo Super and Geo. Watching a Desert Cup and into the finals day, mazaplay.net.
Oh, that's made a lovely sound as it come off the bat as well. Clean hitting personified. Hasib Ghafoor will feel much better after this. What a start to the over. Saudi Arabia are propelling themselves towards 150.
The penultimate over, first ball going for a maximum. What can be better than that? Outside off and whacked it. Very confident looking shot. That has been 6 written on it the moment it left the bat. That travelled the distance.
Well called, Abid. And not just that, he was waiting for the slower delivery. That's great proactiveness from Hasib Ghafoor.
Now he's doing the anchoring role. He's doing the cameo role as well. He never looked back after that, getting 6 runs outside each.
That's a good comeback. It's gone straight to David Keelan Matthias. The single will still be complete. Saad Khan, the half-centurian's not been farming the strike off late. It's Hasib Ghafoor providing the big finish.
Well, I think Saad played really well till now. He's kept things under control. He's really have done exceptionally well. When the team was down, they had a few wickets also gone too early.
So true, but Saad's innings is the difference between 70 all out and 133 for 6. He was holding one end brilliantly.
Indeed, that's what you need from your batters to do. Hold one end.
That doesn't make contact. Unlucky there. He would have thought he can get that one past the fielder at short fine leg. It's been an excellent performance from Saad Khan. Yes, they're playing for the third place, but this man's come good. Throughout the tournament, we were harping of what this man's capable of. Not overhitting that one. That was the brilliance in that shot. And then bit of luck as well helped him to go towards the half century, unleashing himself thereafter. That was a clean hit.
Yet another pack. And that is going, sailing, 6 runs out of nowhere. He proud and brought that 6 runs. Now Saudi Arabia looks very comfortable. Excellent shot that is, Sohas.
Wow. Such clean hitting towards the end. That's slot bowling. Rizwan knows he's missed his mark completely. It's in the slot for Hasib to swing his bat with all his might. And such good connection would mean that the ball will not fall inside the area of play for sure. What a good innings this is turning out to be. 28 of 19 for Hasib Ghafoor. He's managed 2 sixes in this over. 2 deliveries left. Poor delivery. Under pressure here, Rizwan is looking at his palm, which is sweaty, perhaps with a bit of dew added. It's getting difficult to hold the ball.
Yeah, that's some good sign for Bahrain as well, because they are just 8 deliveries away to come back and bat. Which means that 160 plus would also be chaseable here, because the dew is always about to kick in the evening here.
Big swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss. Now you saw that this ball was somewhat similar in length with the one that disappeared for 6. Or was it too full for Hasib's liking? Yeah, it was too full.
Oh, I tell you, if he would have got a connection on that, I tell you, we might need a new ball, because that would have gone maybe outside Al Amirat. He's going hard at the bowlers. He's trying to hit a lot with the bottom hand.
He's a bottom hand player as well, and he can watch this one all day. He can watch this one every single day of the week.
Now, what a great start Rizwan Butt had when he started his bowling. He picked up wickets. He's gone through really some tight line and length. It's just taking 2 big hits to disturb the bowler's line.
Absolutely right, Abid. He's given away 15 in the first 2 overs. A little more than that, perhaps. But look at this one. This over is costed 16 and there's a ball to go. 16 run over. Saudi Arabia inching towards the 150 mark that they're aiming for. His stand Kalimullah, if he would have been a right-hander, misses it completely. Rizwan still not happy with him, even though he's executed the last ball to perfection. 19 gone, 142 for 6.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईस्ट माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईस्ट माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
इसमें हमारे कंपनी का लगभग 1000 सब्सक्राइबर का डेटा है।
आजकल फ्रॉडियो ने एक नया तरीका ढूंढ लिया है।
अरे अभी तो पिक्चर शुरू हुआ है।
ये ओटीपी देने का 30,000 रुपए कैसे कट गए? ये मैंने नहीं किया।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Well, it has just turned out to be into the final over, and now looking in a good shape, Saudi Arabia, and they are trying to put that 160 on board. Before that, they need to go against Satya. He's exceptional bowler. That's the field set for him. A lot of fielders on the front. You have for the left-hander, and now third is coming back in, and they're pushing back home. A lot of fielders at the front.
Stand and deliver, but the man in the deep will be in business, but he doesn't take it. And it didn't look like he was giving his 100% either. They expect themselves to be better on the field. I'm very sure of that. Bahrain set high standards for themselves. Veerapaziran doesn't want to look at the fielder anymore.
This has been really good shot playing. Just not enough, but this man helped it its way. Made sure it goes for 6.
This could be catching practice. And put down. They have been all over the place today, Bahrain, with their fielding efforts. Sadia, Veerapaziran, he was able to generate 2 opportunities in 2 balls, but those wasn't catches. Those were 8 runs put together. 150 comes up for Saudi Arabia.
Well, it's none other than the wicket keeper from the previous game, Ahmed bin Nasir, who put down that catch.
Give him gloves. Is it something that he's suggesting? One-handed this time, but that's in the gap too. Saad Khan's providing the flurry of boundaries they require towards the end. Momentum with Saudi Arabia.
Well, accelerating at the right time, and he's looking to that hand. He's in pain, but he got the result what they were looking. One-handed, but that is enough there from the small man. Does the big business for Saudi Arabia. They're cruising for what they were looking at. They're just there around 160 that they're looking.
A terrific shot, but man in the deep. Will he take it? Will he take it? Finally! Finally a catch worth talking about for Bahrain. A catch to remember for Bahrain. Rizwan gives it all. Saad Khan departs for 69. It's been a terrific innings indeed. And he's put his team in front with a good finish. What a good catch. It was dipping on him.
It seems to be they're getting used to taking things harder, not the easier ones. It was exceptionally well from Rizwan, but in the deep he's taken a beautiful catch. And Satya strikes. The big man walks out at the almost end of the innings. He's done his job. He scored 69, 154 for 7.
कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
इसमें हमारे कंपनी का लगभग 1000 सब्सक्राइबर का डेटा है।
आजकल फ्रॉडियो ने एक नया तरीका ढूंढ लिया है।
अरे अभी तो पिक्चर शुरू हुआ है।
ये ओटीपी देने का 30,000 रुपए कैसे कट गए?
ये मैंने नहीं किया।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
It should be new man. And he goes big, he goes up, keeper sailing, and he's taken some brilliant catch. Wow, what a catch this is. He's rolled over backward and taken the catch, Mohammad Safdar.
Suddenly the catching gets better for Bahrain. First Rizwan and now the keeper. He had to circle underneath it. If the fielder could be Mr. 360, it's him. He's circling underneath it but didn't lose sight of the ball. The gloves always help in a pouch of that kind, but belief even more so. Zainul Abidin departs without troubling the scorers, 154 for 8. Atifur Rahman, 30 years of age, in best of 6. Now can he equal his best here? If he gets one from the middle of the bat, he can. Veerapadiran is on a hat-trick. That's another catching opportunity. Will land safely. And that single will ensure that Saudi Arabia reach 155. Veerapadiran pulls it back with 2 wickets in the over. And Saudi Arabia, 155 is not a bad total at all on this track. Yes, it does get a little better to bat on with the dew coming in a little later as well. But Abid, 155 from where they were at one stage was a distant dream indeed. It's Saad's special which has got them there.
Well, excellent Saad alongside Hasib. It was just too hard for Hasib to watch the show from the non-striking end in the end. Despite he wanted to be on a strike too badly, because he was looking so good and solid when it was coming to provide those big blows in the end. Saudi Arabia managed to score 155. That's still a very good total from the way they recovered.
And this is how they got there, Saudi Arabia, with Faisal Khan and Kashif departing without troubling the scorers. Waheed and Saad, someone had to step up and Saad did. 69 of 54 top scoring in the third place match. Irshad and Hisham, both of them out early today, so was Usman, but Hasib's innings towards the end provided the impetus for Saad as well to stay there and provide the big flourish and get his team to 155. It's a good total indeed, given the fact that they were struggling at one stage to reach even 120.
Well, in the bowling department, it's been exceptional from Imran Javed. Pick of the bowler with 4 wickets to his name with economy of 6. He's been outclassed today. Satya with 2 wickets in the end. And Mohammad Rizwan also got 2 wickets up front, but in the final over that has cost him some runs. And in the end, they've given a little more extras they need to work on. 14, bit too much. Let's have a look at the highlights. how the things have panned out today. It was wickets, then the other one, and then again the partner to follow. Kasha, both the openers going for a duck, and then coming Saad and taking things on his own hand alongside the captain. They were just trying to build a partnership. Saad was exceptional today. He played all around the ground, all the shots. His captain was there, but until this happened, simple catch in the deep. And then there was also a collapse. A few wickets going down when Imran was exceptional with his bowling. He's picked up 4 on the given day. Every time the batter took charge and paid the prize. And then Saad is known for what he's... That is where the momentum shifted, where Haseeb got a 6. And then Saad was connecting so well, boy. And so as his partner Haseeb, both of them at this middle phase of the game, they were brilliant. They dominated over the bowler, but then in the end, Saad, one shot too many. And excellent catch by Mohammad Sabir. So that's the required run rate. Required run rate is 7.8 and 156 in 20 overs required. But let me tell you, the wind is still slightly breezing. So there will be a dew taking little late. So the first 6 overs will be very crucial in this game. And to witness all that, we need to take a deep breath and come back. See you until then.
तुम सच में खुद को किसी फिल्म का हीरो समझते हो क्या?
ये बताओ, तुम्हें मौत ज्यादा खूबसूरत लगती है या जिंदगी?
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
ओए, पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था, क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
तूने ही बोला था ना गेम में हारने वाले भी जीतते हैं।
ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स का अपना लीग में टीम बनाने वालों की जीत पक्की होती है, चाहे वो हारे या जीते।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
है कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं। They also deliver food।
तो क्या मंगाया अपने नए दोस्तों से?
इंडियन डोनट। तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना इज रिवॉर्डिंग।
ये बोला था। मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
ओए, पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था, क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
तुम सच में खुद को किसी फिल्म का हीरो समझते हो क्या?
ये बताओ, तुम्हें मौत ज्यादा खूबसूरत लगती है या जिंदगी?
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
तूने ही बोला था ना गेम में हारने वाले भी जीतते हैं।
ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स का अपना लीग में टीम बनाने वालों की जीत पक्की होती है, चाहे वो हारे या जीते।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
है कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं। दे ऑल्सो डिलीवर फूड।
तो क्या मंगाया अपने नए दोस्तों से?
इंडियन डोनट। तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना इज रिवॉर्डिंग।
ये बोला था, मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता है आपका। अच्छा आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ, भिजवा दें।
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध।
Another fine contest on the cards. Saudi Arabia have done exceptionally well to come back into the game and post a very formidable total.
Yes, absolutely. Saudi Arabia, after that early jolt, have come back strongly. 155 is what they've scored. Top score of 69 from Saad and 28 from Hasib, right at the bottom.
It's been great counter-attack, Rizwan, but certainly created a little bit of problems up front with the new ball. He ended up with 2 for 31. But Imran Javed, 4 for 24, and Veerapatiran, 2 for 34 amongst wickets. But it's the late counter-attack that helped Saudi get to 155, beg your pardon. This means that Bahrain will need 156 in 20 overs at close to 8 runs and over.
Yes, and to open the proceedings for Bahrain, it is David Matthias, 31 years of age. 16 matches for him, a strike rate of 112 and a best of 61. While the bowler will start the proceedings and has been very, very effective with the ball at the top of the order. Atifur Rahman, 6 matches, 5 wickets and a very great economy, miserly economy of 6.68.
Amongst the wickets in the last game, 3 for him. He got the ball to move both ways. And Sarfaraz Ali, as unconventional he's with the bat, he's much like the Faisal Khan of Bahrain. Once he gets going, very hard to curtail. Look at that strike rate, 163, a best of 69, 550s. Can the captain deliver on the night and take his team to 3rd spot? You're all set for the big game and for this first ball as well from Atif.
The umpire Jeevan is on the screens and he might just suggest and allow us to start the game. There we go. Play says the umpire Jeevan, as in comes Atif David to face the first ball.
And immediately he beats the bat. Tentative push forward. David Keelan Matthias has taken time to get going in this tournament. It's been a mixed bag of a tournament for him. Again, a tentative push, leave or play at it in two minds.
That's a good start. A very good start from Atif. Just the right length, and as we know, that white ball does move in the air, especially under lights, for the first few overs. This time a very confident looking forward defense from David Matthias.
Oh yes, and this one came into the right hander as well. The first one held its line with a little bit of late movement. That's what I like about Atif. He'll bowl it in the right areas and he'll get the ball to move both ways from there. Makes it very difficult for a top order batter to get going up front.
Gentle nudge with soft hands, and he's off the mark with a single.
Well, that's how David plays his game, takes his time, and now Sarfaraz Ali on strike. For him, it's all about finding the big hits. He's not there to waste time. He means business in the middle. Likes to go big. Anything in length area or good length spot, he's going to go after it. This is going to be a good contest. Tentative push. They almost collided while running for that single. Both the batters off the mark. And Bahrain are in pursuit of 156. And that's exactly what David is saying. Move to your right when you're running. You stay to your right, I stay to my right.
Yes, how many times have we seen that? Both the runners running and colliding into each other and losing their wicket in the process. So it's better to be cautious. And communication is so important in this sport, Mikhail. Not only while batting, but also while bowling, fielding. Every aspect you need to have proper communication.
Huge loud appeal. The bowler, the slip cordon, the wicketkeeper, everyone going up. The umpire unmoved. Just felt it was too much of an ambitious appeal over there. Nevertheless, Keelan once again very slow on it. It was more of bat hitting the turf. It's that noise, and very clearly as well David just shouldered arms, saying that he had nothing to do with that delivery in terms of any kind of nick or connection. Saudi Arabia have dished out another fine performance. Last night they chased down the target by Bahrain, and tonight they are looking good to defend it as well. It's that late impetus, that late counter attack that has taken them to 155. This after they were 1 for 2 in the very first over. Change in the field. Slip comes to short mid wicket.
That's down the leg side, will be called a wide. This is one aspect that Saudi will have to work on, and that's not bowling and giving away too many extras. Yes, they've got a decent total on board, one that we were not expecting, nobody was expecting to reach at that target when you are at 2 for 2, but they have staged a solid comeback in the innings, and now the momentum is definitely in their favor. They don't want to let that go with bowling those extras. Have to be absolutely immaculate. Just like that. That is right in front. There is some bat involved. Is that the signal? Because that could be the only reason, Mikhail, that the umpire had decided to go against that appeal.
And in the process, it's 3 for no loss after the first over.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
He's been amongst wickets. He gets the ball to move both ways. He can generate extra bounce as well. And he has an attacking field. 4 on the off inside the circle. A slip in place. Third man and fine leg in position. A square leg and a mid-on. In comes Ishtiaq with his first ball. Short and wide to begin with.
Yes, certainly one of the bowlers who has impressed us. That was the last ball of the previous over. Well, that is definitely worth a shout. Let me tell you that. And David will find himself to be very lucky to be still out there in the middle. We're talking about Ishtiaq. I think he's bowled well. He's got some serious pace and bounce and some movement in the air. Complete package Ishtiaq. Just needs the exposure, I feel. And we were discussing this even in the break, that Saudi Arabia, they have shown some immense growth in this tournament from the game that they played first, the first game, and until now, I think we've seen some really good performances from them.
Yes, much like Rizwan, but for Bahrain, what we are seeing over here, bowlers for Saudi Arabia are exploiting conditions. You need conditions conducive to bowling. And good to see Ishtiaq getting that ball to move in the air, late movement.
Now that's the movement that we were discussing. Again, beating the bat, beating the stumps as well. That was very close to that off stump.
No, we understand you're chasing 155 if you're Bahrain. But when you clear your left foot and try to play across the line to a new ball that's swinging away from you, it just defies conventional wisdom, Shoaib. And particularly as a skipper, you'll want to bring in a little bit of more sanity in this chase and responsibility as well.
Well, I think that word conventional is definitely not in his dictionary, this man. He is unconventional to the core and defies logic and gravity. And sometimes is found in such situation where the ball is moving against him and he has no answers to that.
Not too sure the basics and techniques are something that he keeps in mind, but once again squared up in no position whatsoever. T20, T10, you don't associate too much of technique, I understand, but this is a completely different book written and scripted by Mr. Sarfaraz Ali.
Yes, just like Suhas would like to refer here, I think he's got his own magazine, not a textbook of cricket. So yeah, that's so true about Sarfaraz. This time, a short ball without movement, well directed as well. But I think Sarfaraz has done exceptionally well to just guide that towards the deep third for a single.
Yes, much better this time around. Just waited for it. Look at that. First one was short and wide. Then the fuller delivery going away from him. Looks to go over mid-wicket. This one slightly closer. Again looks to go over mid-wicket. And this one again around the off and middle. Playing the same shot. This one coming in, quickly reads that line and just nudges it towards third man.
Some great dance moves from Sarfaraz.
Couldn't agree more with you there. I was about to say it. He's been dancing ever since he's come to the middle. And should I say to the tunes of Ishtiaq.
Last ball of the over, just one run off it. And as the story predicted, it is going to be a dot ball where the batsman is beaten by the swing in the air. 2 overs gone, 4 for no loss.
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
As Atif continues, this one is on the pad, he wants a run, which was never there. And Sarfaraz has been sent back, and rightly so, by David Matthias. Now, we know bowlers hunt in pairs, Mikhail. What do you think about this opening pair when we're talking about Bahrain, Sarfaraz Ali and David Matthias? Both look to be struggling at the moment, and what do you think is the reason?
We've seen David's approach in this tournament. It's been a little slow, he's been a little sedate, a little cautious. So David 1 in 6 is fairly understandable because that's how he's played his cricket. But what he's done, we'll come back to it after this delivery. Oh, that's hit him on the visor, taking his eyes off the ball. That one carried and climbed on the batter. In the process, they'll get 2 runs. And just coming back to the reference, when you see Sarfaraz, yes, you'll have to call the physio. Each time the ball hits the helmet, there has to be a quick medical check, a concussion test, just to check the parameters. Though he's given a thumbs up. Coming back to that delivery once again, that just climbed on him, into him. He tried to play the similar shot that he played to the previous delivery where he got a run down third man. And just coming back to your point, when you see Sarfaraz in a situation where he's got 2 of 8, it really adds to the problems and compounds as well. Look at that, straight on the visor.
And that was right on the wise, as you mentioned, and luckily no damage done for the skipper of Bahrain. He's back to the crease. Yes, this partnership is a sedate one. Now, they're not chasing too many runs. It's not as if they're chasing 200, so they can afford to start slow. But what is here, what is a concern here is that Sarfaraz is on 2 of 8, and that is what you were pointing out.
Usually he's 8 in 2. That's the way he bats. But tonight, when you're not getting that bat, you need David to come in as well and contribute with runs. That's not happening. Again, just not able to get behind it. As hit him in the box, and that can hurt as well. And that's where the problem lies. When Sarfaraz is 2 in 9, you sense that. You did mention they're not chasing 200, but on this surface, I feel 150 also is quite an intimidating task with the ball moving around.
Oh yes, absolutely. I think Saudi Arabia have done well to get to that total first up. And now they've started to bowl well. And in the slots that they would extract. Again, a similar ball, similar place of impact. And this time he's down on the floor. The last time I think it was around the groin area. This time it is hit the bullseye.
Well, he'll be in pain for sure, but he's not helping his cause by playing such shots to a good length delivery. He's trying to play across the line on the back foot. At the back of the length delivery, though, coming into him, just not able to get behind it, get underneath it. Rather than playing straight, he's trying to play everything across the line, and that's why, with the new ball coming into him, this is for the second time that he's been hurt in the similar region. That can hurt, and that's why it's very important. You don't get into an awkward situation while playing your shots, and you try being as conventional and as cricketing in shot making sometimes. Now he's been in the line of fire, Shoaib.
Yes, and he needs a treatment with ice against fire. Right, so let's look at that impact on the helmet first up. This is impact number 2. He was still on his feet by then, and then came the real impact. This one was right where it hurts the most. So yes, he's playing with his body more than his bat, and I think he will have to walk out.
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर। हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
So it's been quite a start here for Saudi. They have got the ball to move. Ishtiaq and Atif have teamed up really well. And in the process now, Sarfaraz Ali he's walking back to the dugout. He'll need some medical treatment and attention.
Yes, he is walking out, and that's not good news for Bahrain. They're at 6 for no loss in the third over. They just couldn't get that start, and this was the man, in fact, Sarfaraz Ali, who could have given him the start, the impetus that they needed to chase that total down. Nevertheless, he's injured, and he'll have to walk back, and we hope that he recovers soon, and we see him back in action in this game itself. But right now, this is a big jolt for the Bahrain, especially in this run chase.
Yes, if there's one man who can do a Faisal Khan for Bahrain, it is Sarfaraz Ali. Just take off from the word go, make full use of the power play, the field restrictions. Imran Javed makes his way to the middle, another very fine batter. He played some exquisite shots. I still remember that shot of his played a couple of days ago, or it was last night. It was just a push from good length over long off for a 6. No follow through on that. It was pure timing and power. A best of 66, a strike rate of 135. No, he's a fine batter. He needs some time in the middle, and if he gets going, he'll certainly create an opportunity and an opening for Bahrain to chase down this target. So Sarfaraz Ali retired hurt, and in comes Imran Javed in the third over. Atif in operation in the middle.
And he's been welcomed with the ball on the body. That's hit his thigh pad. Won't get a run. So just 3 runs off this over. In fact, of the entire spell, he's bowled 11 deliveries so far, Atif. Now, I think the challenge has been when you've got Atif, somebody who's getting the ball in to the right-hander, and then you've got Ishtiaq from the other end, who's moving the ball away from the right-hander.
Yes, just does not allow the batters to set themselves in. Again, just coming from the good length spot into the right-handed batter. He may just have to alter that line a little bit, slightly outside of off. It's been a remarkable over once again by Atif. Only 3 coming off his 2 overs, 3 gone, it's 6 for no loss.
हैं कौन है ये?
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं. They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया आपने नए दोस्तों से?
Indian donut. तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना is rewarding.
ये बोला था. मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा.
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
From Atif, both of these bowlers have done really well. 3 overs, and it's the end of the over. Right, so David Keelan Matthias now will face Ishtiaq and expect an outgoing delivery, the outswing delivery. Nicely played. He was anticipating that ball. Just needs to get that line right, get it closer to the off stump, and that's when the slip will come into play. And bowl full as well. We saw he was bowling a lot fuller yesterday. That's where he got those edges. Hasn't bowled a lot of loose deliveries, Ishtiaq, but I would love to see him bowl a lot fuller and make David Matthias come on the front foot and drive the ball. That's when the slip will come into play.
And David has to take charge now of the top order. There again, allowing the ball to go. There's someone who'll need to really take charge and give that start. He's been given that opportunity early in the games. He was batting in the middle order. He's been promoted to the top order. He did get some runs in a couple of games, but he's taken time to get them, and that's why it's important for him to get going at the earliest, just to ease the pressure and make full use of the field restrictions. Yes, the ball is moving.
Oh, that's the in-swinging delivery from Ishtiaq. He's got the ability to swing it both ways, and when he bowls, well, it is just poetry in motion. So smooth, so rhythmic. He's got that dangerous skill of moving the ball both ways. Look at that sharp in-swinger, and that comes with a lot of pace as well. So not easy for David Matthias. It's a test by fire for Bahraini batters right now. Three dot balls on the trot, just 6 runs. This is the 4th over in progress. Edged and dropped. Well, that outswinger was a surprise for David Matthias, but it was also a surprise for Hasib. Did not expect that. That peach of a delivery. Yes, he's got his hands on his head, and so do we.
Well, Hasib has taken every catch that has come his way, and this one as simple as it gets, and he lets it go. Never celebrate too early, they say, and David Keelan Matthias can only thank his luck. And look at Ishtiaq, he's done everything to induce the edge, and by the end of it, Hasib can only be livid with himself and nod in disagreement with his effort for that catch. Can David make it count?
This is a good shot from David Matthias, played along the ground towards the deep third, who's wide, and just will be a single.
We saw a simple catch being dropped earlier in the day. Imran Javed dropping Faisal Khan on the very first ball, and this one as well, as easy as it gets for the wicketkeeper. Everything that was hurled at him, he has taken it, but the one that got the edge, he dropped it. I tell you what, sport can put you on a pedestal and strip you of all your medals as well in no time.
Last ball of the over. Decides to bowl the outswinger, but this time it's short and onto the rib cage of Imran Javed. It's going to be a dot ball, 4 overs, 7 runs. This is not a test match. It's a T20 game. Bahrain 7 for no loss.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, तो इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता आपका। अच्छा, आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
Atif continues. 3 runs in his 2, brings out the in-swinger, this time Fuller, and David Matthias has negotiated that well. Plays it towards mid-on and gets to the non-striking end. Singles in 6 overs. Not the ideal way, but what do you do? It has been a great bowling performance. That was the opportunity That was grasped. I think Hasib just closed his hands a half a second early onto that. And that's the result, a dropped catch.
What a perfect delivery, a perfect outswinger. Pitched on middle, squared up the batter, took that outside edge. Simple, straightforward catch coming at a decent height to the wicketkeeper Hasib. And he drops it.
Well, allow me to take this liberty and mention here that the two finds of this tournament, one is Amar Khalid, the other is Ishtiaq. Smacked straight down the ground. I think those are future stars of their respective sides, and if they are groomed well, they will take their teams to the next level.
Quite certainly. Ishtiaq has done a remarkable job in this tournament, and that's why it's important for your fielders to back you as a bowler, just to add more wickets. Now Imran is still to get off the mark. He's consumed 4 deliveries, pressure mounting on him. Something has to give. There you could see he went for the big hit over mid-wicket, and now he's rehearsing it in the right direction. Pressure mounting. This by far has been the best performance in the power play. We are into the 5th over, only 8 runs. That one holding its line, and look at that, staying in the crease, trying to play that over the mid-wicket region. Pressure mounting on Bahrain as the chase is looking a little difficult at the moment.
Oh yes, at the start of the game, the required run rate was less than 8, and now it's almost touching 10, 9.55. That's the required rate. The current rate, well, disappointing, 1.78, and these are the power play overs we are talking about. That's gone high up in the air, over the keeper's head, and that will be the first boundary for Bahrain. Not where he intended, but does it matter really? All that matters is 4 runs, and that's what it will be for Imran Javed.
And if you can't get in front of the wicket, well, even if it comes behind it, we don't have a problem. Again, swinging his bat, more of desperation in the middle, more of just breaking the shackles. Finally, a boundary, and the first one for Bahrain, and from the bat of Imran Javed, and that's how he gets off the mark. A top edge over the wicketkeeper's head. But they'll need runs, and more of it. They won't mind how it comes, but they need to find the boundaries.
Again, good delivery, hurried on to Imran Javed, who just couldn't time the ball. The impact was on the top half of the bat. The ball trickling away towards mid-on as Abdul Wahid cleans it up. Another single.
And 3 in 12 is rather unacceptable when you're chasing something in excess of 150. You have to be at a runner ball at least. And what it has in turn done has just put Imran Javed on his toes. You can expect another in-swinging delivery coming into David. Again, watchfully defended. It's been a brilliant start by Saudi Arabia in the first 5 overs. They have contained Bahrain to only 13 runs. And that's the kind of bowling effort they've put across. Change in voices to take you through the next 5. It's going to be Suhas Vedam and Abid Ibrahim.
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया है तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
"13 without a wicket in 5 overs. Bahrain have been kept under check. This could be another. If it carries, well, almost did. I genuinely feel there was a moment, Abid, where Atif thought, let's go for it, but then pulled out as well.
Well, he never believed that will carry all the way, I think, and just dipped in front. I think that maybe carried, or am I being too harsh on the fast bowler?
Was in no position to play that shot there. Imran Javed was praying that it doesn't carry. A dive forward would have been a different situation.
Well, it just did dip in front. It did not carry when the ball reached to the fielder.
Yes, so there's no point being taskmasters here. 7 wickets with an average of 17 for Usman.
Well, every time Usman comes in to bowl, he provides the entertainment. Last game they played up against each other. It was last night only, not so long ago. The last game of this tournament. He came in and he's banged it a straight line and uprooted the middle stump of Sohail Ahmed on a very first delivery. That was the start of Usman Najib, and that's the kind of the image he carries. Similarly, today he created the opportunity, but just around there wouldn't be opportunity exactly to be called.
Absolutely right. This could be catch practice, and it is indeed catch practice. Something had to give, and Imran Javed was feeling the pressure. Bahrain have lost their first wicket for 15, and it's surely because Usman has been brilliant with his line in length.
Well, as I said, he always has the reputation to strike early. Yet again, he does this one. Bowls that length, and that ball could not take the distance. And straight into the pouch of the skipper of Saudi Arabia. Wahid Ahmed takes the catch, and Usman strikes. Imran goes for 6, 15 for 1.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Well, an interesting contest here yet again. Usman with a wicket in his first over, and guess who's up front against him? It's the man who got him out on a first delivery with a brilliant average and strike rate. The man called Sohail Ahmed was beaten on a very first delivery by the same bowler he's up against now.
You've got a very sharp memory indeed. And it's a delivery that Sohail Ahmed will not forget either of it. Now he's aiming for another Yorker. He's got a slip in place though. Good delivery.
Slightly kept low there. And I was thinking this similar delivery would be as he started yesterday against this man. And yeah, that's what he's talking to his partner. The ball did not get enough bounce. I was expecting full and onto the toes.
The only problem there was even Sohail was expecting the same, and that's exactly why Usman refrained from bowling that delivery. Good one. And the first runs for Sohail Ahmed in 2 games will feel much better.
He's opened his account, and he was very cautious, very careful when he was taking on Usman. He knew he has that pace and nips in slightly better. This man has to deliver. David Keelan Matthijs. He's been there as an opener now, faced 14 deliveries, scored 4 runs. Little too slow.
What a peach of a delivery. Movement after pitching, movement in the air. Usman's breathing fire, and what a good final delivery of the over as well. The power play ends and Bahrain have managed only 16 on the board. 16 for 1.
है कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं। They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया अपने नए दोस्तों से?
इंडियन डोनट। उन्हें तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना इज रिवॉर्डिंग।
ये बोला था, मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Bounce as much, but what I want to say here is 16 for 1 in 6 overs. They've got to get a move on. Hisham's been introduced with more cushion in the deep now. They've got to get a move on, Bahrain. It's not a very daunting total, 150, 156, but at the same time, it's not a small total either.
And indeed, a tricky target just where your batters need to fight. And we have seen the games similar start for Saudi, but they really come back hard. This is the new bowler just after the power play with 2 wickets to his name and an economy of over 9 runs, slightly higher on the economy side. That's the field set for the batter. There is a deep fine leg and a square leg and a plenty of gap towards the mid wicket.
You've got to be wary of the one that comes from the back of the hand. The back of the hand slower delivery is something that he practiced for this particular tour. It's come in handy. Remember, Saudi Arabia was supposed to go for an Afro Cup in between, which eventually didn't happen at that time, but it's something that he was practicing then as well. So it was very easy to use it in match situation, also be game ready to use it. Come the big tournament of Mazaplay.net Desert Cup T20I. How effective has that been?
Well, I say, yeah, absolutely. They have played some great cricket right end of the tournament. When you see the boys just start getting understanding of the game, because most of the team, as captain mentioned himself, is 80% new boys making the rebuilding phase, and then they got a 1 win and now you see them rocking.
Oh, brilliant again. A lack of pace. The ball's travelled 20 yards and the single's complete. David Keelan Mathias, I think 5 or 17 he can cover up, of course. We know that. We all know that. But the script that has been handed out to him from the coach perhaps is to stay there till the end, because Bahrain have used that template before and have got the win under their belt.
Yeah, that is paid off. Just a slow one and need to be careful. Oh, that very close there. What an entertaining game this has been.
Hisham in his follow through. The shrewdness of Hisham to turn around and get the throw in. David Keelan Mathias would have been a goner. Tall man. Add a few more, add at least a yard to it with that bat. Still was caught short. All Hisham needed was a direct hit. This field.
Well, indeed. Now the pressure is mounting over Bahrain. Yes, they are playing slow, but one thing is for sure, that they're keeping wickets in hand. I think, as you mentioned, they have just given him the plan game, how you need to do and how you need to progress. David Keelan especially has a role to stay in the middle, and I think that would pay off. All you need to do is apply yourself. Still we can see the wind is blowing, so no sign of dew.
Another good delivery to end the over. 7 overs gone, 19 for 1.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, उसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता है आपका। अच्छा, आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
Rolled slow, left arm orthodox. 6 wickets in 9 games for him.
Yeah, he's been exceptional in the last encounter as well. When these two teams went up against each other and Saudi beat Bahrain and they made way for Oman. What a contest it has been. A romance of cricket at its best.
Oh wow, and the top of off stuff that Zain is able to bowl when the ball doesn't turn but the batter wants it to. He's such a treat to watch indeed. So far Bahrain kept under check indeed. 19 for 1 in 7 overs. Very good delivery. I tell you what, 19 for 1 in 7 overs. What it suggests, Abid, is the fact that now if Bahrain are looking for 156, they need to up the ante in the middle overs. The middle overs is not going to be a nerdle fest. You get here and pick up a single and odd two. No, they've got to look for active boundary balls there.
Well, indeed. That's what should be the plan there. Should be looking for slightly attacking strategy. Oh, beach of a delivery again from Zain. He's still keep on doing what he's known for, impressing.
Yesterday wasn't an easy wicket to bat on. Today was slightly easier is what I felt, with some of the shots being hit by Saad, especially through the line, straight.
Well, for that, Saad had to spend time in the centre. That's what I think David Keelan Matthijs is doing to understand.
The first run in the over. Again, half the over dusted and done, and all you see is just a single of it.
And slightly, we have all this time we've been talking about the dew factors coming in every time, every game, every evening we've seen these all game here. But today been slightly different. The dew have not come in, mind you.
You were talking about the wind factor as well for that. At the beginning, while we were there about 15 minutes before the toss perhaps, we saw the wind speed was about 8 miles per hour. It was hot today, 70% humidity. And it was predicted that dew will come a little late, and that's exactly what has happened. Just 2 runs. 2 runs of the first 5 balls.
Well, indeed, it's like more often that Bahrain is waiting for 2 things. One is dew and the other one is luck. You have to have the luck on your side.
They've got skill for sure. Another fantastic delivery according to the field that the captain's given him. Even though he threw it back, he's got to get it back again. Hisham, 21 for 1 at the end of 8.
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
Bahrain literally in siege. Nothing given away. 21 for 1 in 8 overs. And Hisham also bowled a terrific over to start with. David Keelan Matthijs. Someone's got to take the initiative. 6 of 20 is not good enough. He's not nurdling the ball around to at least pick up a single. Where is that boundary ball? Slower delivery, back of the hand. He went through with a shot, but he's caught. What a fantastic catch this is from Faisal. It's one of the most difficult catches because you're running sideways and the ball's dipping as well. That came off quickly off the bat. And that went quickly into the hands of Faisal as well. It's not daily that you wake up and take catches of this kind. This man's special.
Back of the hand delivery and straight to the pouch of this man, who's got a bucket of hands, and he will not miss on this occasion. He's the man, couldn't deliver with the bat, but today did with the field. But there with Keelan, not so impressive. The strike rate is too bad today for him, 21 for 2.
All right, 50 balls, 21 for 2, 351 runs in 21 matches. Haider Ali might be 25 years of age. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. 62 is his best. And he's got a half century there, of course. That's why the best is 62. Haider Ali walks in. And he will watch this one go. Hisham from the front of the hand has been a little problematic. Hisham from the back of the hand has been excellent. And this is why. Another back of the hand slower delivery. The seam was presented still. David Keelan Matthijs didn't pick up on it. And Faisal Khan completes a very good catch.
Well, I think these batters got a little rushed there. He's played 20 deliveries to bring 6, and that was the pressure which was mounting on him. That's the reason he played the rash shot. He saw a little bit of a width. He went for it without knowing that it's a slower one.
Again, the slower delivery. Even though you know that it's going to be slow, he's just wondering how slow it's going to be. Haider Ali was caught in 2 minds there, Abid, whether to go forward or backward. By the time he could solve that puzzle within himself, the ball had gone past.
Well, indeed, there have been a lot of bowlers in the international arena who they do these things. Change of pace, they heavily rely on. Starting right from Nathan Bracken from Australia.
What a big name you've taken there, Nathan Bracken. He asked Hisham, he'd say, I would like to be Hardik Pandya. It's one of his favorites. And of course, he's a staunch follower of Virat Kohli. He's worked a lot on his fitness as well, Hisham.
Well, I'm really been impressed by the way Saudi Arabia has come in this tournament back. The captain keep on saying that we are one win away to get the rhythm and the momentum, and yes, we saw that yesterday. They got a one game in their control and they have delivered, boy. And yet again now, that victory's momentum they are carrying from the previous game to this.
Yeah, it's a game of momentum as well. You've got to draw a lot of confidence from the previous game, and that's what Saudi Arabia have done with their bowling effort at least. And their late revival, that very late revival coming from Hasib and Saad is what has got them to a respectable total, and in making sure that 156 looks like at least 180 with solid bowling performances like these. 9 overs gone, 23 for 2.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Picking up one maiden as well, but then the other bowlers they chipped in with a wicket. Now none of the bowlers going over 3 runs in economy. That's impressive.
Very impressive indeed, especially given the format is T20. It's just a quiet reminder, is it?
Thank you for reminding me.
Initiative, but chose the wrong area. Atifur Rahman's taken it as if he's a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park, it's a difficult catch. The confidence with which he was backtracking, he felt as if the boundary rope is nowhere near. What a good take this is. And Zain's picked up a wicket, first ball of the second over, Abid.
Well, exactly when he knew it, where I need to pitch, where I have planned my fielders, and when the fielders respond. Atif, exceptional with that, knowing where the boundary line is exactly. And another big wicket goes into the dust. Haider Ali walks out scoring 1 run. It is 23 for 3. Can you believe it?
है कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं। They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया आपने नए दोस्तों से?
इंडियन डोनट। तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना इज रिवॉर्डिंग।
ये बोला था, मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता आपका। अच्छा आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
इसमें हमारे कंपनी का लगभग 1000 सब्सक्राइबर का डेटा है।
आजकल फ्रॉडियो ने एक नया तरीका ढूंढ लिया है।
अरे अभी तो पिक्चर शुरू हुआ है।
ये ओटीपी देने का 30,000 रुपए कैसे कट गए? ये मैंने नहीं किया।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
तुम सच में खुद को किसी फिल्म का हीरो समझते हो क्या?
ये बताओ तुम्हें मौत ज्यादा खूबसूरत लगती है या जिंदगी?
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
In 9.1, they've been kept at bay, and what Zen's done is he's woven a web around the batters. 29 years of age, Amar Nasir makes his way to the middle. Best of 28 not out. It's much better than that, Amar Nasir. And of course, you mentioned yesterday as well that cricket runs in his blood. He's got to bail the team out of a difficult situation. Saudi Arabia have been very tidy. I think in the entire tournament, Saudi Arabia's bowling display in the power play, this was the best, and it was such that the other teams can also learn from some of the tactics that they deployed. Having the right fielders in the right place.
And I'm sure coach like Kabir Khan has a lot to do with this, and he must be proud of these boys, the way they came right in the end of the tournament. They came, and it is also important to finish the tournament on a high note. So even the fast bowlers, despite every game they played, they got a good start. Saudi Arabia with those power play always has been very, very handsome, and the way they want on their plan.
Another good delivery. Single was an afterthought. Single would have been risky as well. Eventually they do get there. It's the most eventful thing that happened in the entire over, to be honest.
Yeah,
Regulation.
Just pushed back a slight bit of an error, and it was more of a Sohail ball watching there. In the end, it was his danger end.
I'll tell you what, Sohail Ahmed did not look comfortable taking that run. He wasn't asking why. He was asking, but well, do you think I can get there? Well, what a good shot. This will answer many questions. Sohail gets one to cut, and Zen's first poor delivery in the over has disappeared for 4. At the halfway stage, 30 for 3. You have Shoaib and Mikhail to take you through the next 5.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट, फिर सर्विस फीस, हेयर कट, फलाना ढिमकाना, कुल मिला के भाई साहब 2.5 रुपए निकलता है आपका। अच्छा, आप लेने आ रहे हैं कुछ या भिजवा दें?
पागल हो गए क्या? फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। बीमार होने पर 100% रिफंड। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
Thank you, Suhas. And Abid, 10 overs, and Bahrain are tottering at 30 for 3. What a comeback this is from Saudi Arabia. From being 2 for 2 in the first innings to scoring 156 at the end of the first, and now have put Bahrain on the back. 30 of just 10 overs with 3 wickets down already. Mikhail with me in the com box. What a glorious drive that is from the bat of Ahmed bin Nasir. That will go all the way. And we saw on the very first ball that he faced, he middled it. And he's continuing that form. 4 for Ahmed bin Nasir.
And you wonder where was he all this while. Look at that for execution and placement. Full face of the bat. Just like the shape he got on it. Wonderfully executed. The transfer of weight as well. Yes, you talk about the comeback of Saudi Arabia. What a turnaround. They dropped the first game against Bahrain, and now they're all set to make it 2-2 in back-to-back days.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think it has been, like we mentioned, I think it has been such an improvement in that performance of Saudi Arabia from game 1 of the tournament to this one. The team has come in together. They've gelled well. And the graph has only gone one way, and that's upwards.
Very encouraging signs for some overcautious in this chase. Nobody has come forward ever since Sarfaraz Ali was retired hurt. Nobody has been able to play the big hits, make use of the power play. And when you're chasing 156 and you're batting on 35 for 3 in the 11th over, you're only putting pressure on that middle order.
Oh yes, and a fun fact relating to this ground, Oman Cricket Academy, the first T20 international that was played on this ground. That was going down leg. The first T20 international to be played on this ground was on the 20th of January 2019. And guess what? It was between these two sides, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. That was the first T20 international.
I want to know the result of that game, Shoaib, in context to what's happening over here. Because for the first part of this tournament, it looked like Bahrain were looking a stronger, better side compared to Saudi, but they've turned tables. Another slow delivery. Hisham has begun well into his third over. He's kept things very tight. Time is running out for Bahrain. They have to play the big hits. That's the only option left. And look at that. Gentle, soft release. And the stare as well. If that was intimidating, oh boy. Stay in your crease. Again gets a thick inside edge towards deep backward square leg. What an over this has been. Brilliant bowling by Hisham. 12 in his 3 overs and a wicket. 11 gone. It's 37 for 3.
ओए पिछले 2 हफ्तों में 10 बार मेदू वड़ा मंगवाया तूने।
तूने ही कहा था ना कि लॉयल्टी इज गुड।
मैंने ये बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे लॉयल्टी इज गुड, ये बोला था क्योंकि वहाँ एक ही टीम के साथ पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेलने पर मिलते हैं बड़े रिवॉर्ड।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
तुम सच में खुद को किसी फिल्म का हीरो समझते हो क्या?
ये बताओ, तुम्हें मौत ज्यादा खूबसूरत लगती है या जिंदगी?
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Much in control of this match. Yes, no, that's been the problem this evening with Bahrain. They have been unsure in this chase. Faisal Khan missing out with the bat, but he was instrumental last night. He helped Saudi Arabia to get back to winning ways. In the process, Oman benefited and moved into the final. Played it down leg side. That'll be a 4. Very poor bowling. There's no protection there whatsoever, and you can't be bowling that line.
Yes, a poor ball, and that has been rightly punished. Slower half tracker, and he's pulled that behind square for 4 runs. Nicely done on the front foot. Ahmed bin Nasir, he's looked good from whatever we've seen so far. In this innings especially, 12 of 10. He's middled every ball and hasn't been beaten by the bowlers yet. Overall, a good performance from Ahmed bin Nasir, but it's just the start. And they would want him to continue and score some quick fire runs for his side.
We understand when batting first, run scoring is not easy because it tends to help the bowlers. But in a chase, batting second, you'd expect the ball to come onto the bat much better. But it looks like Bahrain have been batting on a different surface in the second innings. It looks that difficult for them.
Yes, just haven't been able to take off in this run chase. Lost their captain earlier on, and since then it has been a struggle for everyone who's come out to bat. Not everything is over yet for Bahrain, as Sohail Ahmed is still out there. He's the man who's been scoring runs on a consistent basis for Bahrain. So 10 of 13, but the good news is that he's still out there.
And the bad news is that time is running out for them. Just make some room in the crease and dispatches that towards sweeper cover for another single.
And that was a good shot. Rocked on the back foot, waited for it. Just couldn't find the gap. 43 for 3 now. Last ball of the over has been Played towards the fine leg, a fumble, but no damage done for Saudi Arabia. It's a dot ball. 12 overs have been bowled, 43 for 3.
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल टर्म्स, नो हिडन फीस।
इसमें हमारे कंपनी का लगभग 1000 सब्सक्राइबर का डेटा है।
आजकल फ्रॉडियो ने एक नया तरीका ढूंढ लिया है।
अरे अभी तो पिक्चर शुरू हुआ है।
ये ओटीपी देने का 30,000 रुपए कैसे कट गए? ये मैंने नहीं किया।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
Respective territories, these are your broadcast and streaming partners: Sportsai, Fanco, Quadrangular, Ultravilo, Geo Super and Geo. This is an ITW Prodigy and TPT 360 production. Alright, Hisham to continue. Taken on the full, played towards the long on region. Oh, a little bit of fumble. They should take the second run as well. Just a lapse in the field will allow the batters to come back for the second.
He can't get complacent. Still a lot of runs needed. I agree, but you can't allow the opposition to get that momentum back. 14 runs and over, still possible, but that will mean Sohail Ahmed and Ahmed bin Nasir will have to bat out of their skins, and they'll have to attack every delivery. That one way too wide will be called a wide as well. Hisham will have to reload that again.
And look at that required rate. Over 14, and the current run rate when you're chasing 156, 3.78. Sometimes you just wonder what's the plan. Goes high. Has he found the fielder on this occasion? Yes, he has. Sohail had to go for it. The captain, Wahid Abdul Ghaffar, takes the catch. 4th wicket down. Sohail Ahmed departs, and Hisham gets his 2nd wicket.
Yes, the writing was on the wall. He had to go for it. They needed 14 and over. There was no way they could just spend their time out in the middle. Went for that shot, just couldn't get the elevation nor the distance, and finds Ahmed Wahid Abdul Ghaffar, the skipper, taking a good catch in the end. So it's 46 for 4 now as Bahrain are staring down the barrel 2 days in a row.
कहानी भगवान विष्णु के आवेश अवतार की, महादेव के अनुपम भक्त परशुराम की, भगवान परशुराम की महागाथा। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
33. He's the new man in, and that was a big wicket there, Mikhail. Sohail Ahmed, who scored runs for Bahrain, but last 2 games he hasn't been able to get those runs.
Oh, he's middled that really well and drilled it over the bowler's head. Satya Veerapathiran has got off the mark with a beautiful looking 6.
That was a slower delivery from Hisham, and you had to time that really well to get the distance. Everything right about that shot. Back of the hand, just didn't pitch the ball. And Satya says, thank you very much. I'm going to go straight downtown and get 6 runs.
And that's why Hisham should not be over-experimenting at this stage. What's worked for him is that the delivery that pitches at his usual speed around back of the length area. But when you have 2 wickets and you're bowling your fine lower, you just hope you can add a couple of more.
Oh, that is another beautiful shot. If the previous one was good, this is even better. Satya has come out with a different mindset, and that is what was needed for Bahrain. 2 back-to-back boundaries, a 6 and now a 4 over extra cover.
That was more like a push, no follow through on that. But look at that for timing and execution. Brilliantly done by Satya. 10-2. It's not a usual sight we are seeing in the scorecard today, where the strike rate is at this stage.
Oh, that's a good delivery. This time he's beaten the man who's timed 2 previous deliveries to 4 and a 6. On that occasion, he was cut into half. Hisham gets that slower delivery, pitches it, and pitches it just at the right length. Hard luck that it's gone for 4, but he shouldn't be disheartened by that.
Deviation off the surface, just had enough height, I reckon, to go over the wickets, but that was almost castled. What a delivery there by Hisham. What a comeback after being hit for 10 runs in 2 deliveries. He must be kicking himself and saying, I deserve that wicket.
The keeper not someone to be blamed. That ball did move quite a lot after the ball was pitched. Meanwhile, they take another single, and that will be the end of the 13th over. Bahrain are 61 for 4.
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
At this stage, Saudi were 80 for 6, so they were well and truly ahead. They may have dropped a few wickets, but it's the late middle order impetus that came by. If Bahrain can do this in the chase, they'll be making a match out of it. If Patiran can hang around, he could just be creating some unlikely hope as well. Abedin to continue, another single downwards. Shot fine.
Yes, they'll have to play smart from here on. Get those singles and doubles and then the odd boundary. Preferably earlier on in the innings. If they can get a 4 or a 6, that will set them up.
I look at it the other way, Shoaib. Nicely bowled. Get the 6s and the 4s and the odd singles. That's what's needed for them now.
Yeah, the approach definitely has to be that. So normally when you play cricket, you've been told to look for the single or a double and then for a 6 if it is in the right area. But the situation demands that you look for a 6 first. And if it's not in the slot, then you go for that single or a double. The approach has to change.
And that's why you go back to that first 6 overs, the top order. When you're chasing 56, you don't want to put pressure on your middle and low middle order. They'll be playing catch up, time is against them, the delivery is going against them. That's why they find themselves in this situation. May I add, it can also be called a hopeless situation for them from here on, unless a miracle takes them forward.
Will only be a single. Yes, you're right. I think Satya has shown some glimpses and some spark out there in the middle. That spark needs to ignite and convert into a fire for Bahrain to get to that total now.
Oh yes, the combustion should not stop.
Well, Zain has bowled well. He has bowled to his plans. He's got the right field placement. And what I like about this approach is that he's bowling from the Oman tail end, where the onside is a lot bigger than the offside. And he's bowling it into the batter, making them play towards the bigger side of the boundary. There you go again. So this is good, smart bowling. And overall, great presence of mind. 14 overs, 65 for 4.
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर। हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
"91 needed in 36. Look at the required run rate, 15.17, and the current run rate 4.64. Well and truly documented here the struggles of Bahrain in the middle in this chase, and they have themselves to blame.
Catch is the call. That's been hit towards the fine leg. A swivel. And that'll bring Satya on strike. Now they need to get those boundaries earlier on in the innings. It's not going to be easy against somebody like Usman. But there's no other way. There's no other option for Bahrain. 6 overs 90 is a tall task.
Yeah, they're staring at the inevitable at the moment. Saudi will want to believe they've pocketed 2 more, or rather finishing 3rd.
Yeah, what a script that will be. They were struggling to get a win under their belt in the first 5 league matches. Come out to play the 6th without any pressure. Nothing to lose kind of approach, and that has worked well for them. Win that game last night and are looking to be the favourites in this game. So from a position where Bahrain would have been playing the finals, they are now languishing at the bottom of the table.
At danger of finishing last as well. What a turnaround. This tournament has certainly given everyone an opportunity to come back into it. And everyone's made it count. Saudi Arabia written off completely. Stage a massive comeback last evening. And tonight, they're just going out there and putting out a statement saying that win last night was not a flash in the pan. We have a side that can produce an all-round performance with bat and ball.
Yes, and also just a reminder, this one's been nicely played backward of square leg. That ball will race away towards the boundary. Amr bin Nasser now gets into the groove. That was a short ball. Not the best of deliveries from Usman. He's bowled better tonight. But Amr bin Nasser says thank you very much.
He has to go for everything that's been hurled at him. That was nicely struck, like the way he got behind it, and that swivel. Played it behind, backward of square. It looks a losing cause at the moment, looking at the equation and the asking rate. And Saudi Arabia have been top class, bat, ball and in the field. They'll not let go of this opportunity.
Beautifully timed again, flicked off the pads. It's been played in the gap. By the time Saqib cleans it up, 2 more runs will be added to the Bahraini total as they move on to 74.
In all probability, Saudi may end up finishing 3rd in a tournament that has 4 teams, so they can always go home and say we beat one of the best teams and we've not finished last. We've come back into the tournament.
And also they are the lowest ranked team in the 4 teams that are playing right now. They are ranked at 33rd. So for them to be performing the way they are, for them to be showing and showcasing their skills here at this platform where the entire world is watching, I think it is a special achievement.
Very encouraging signs. Oh, that almost took the leg stump on the way, but it's been signaled wide. The reaction of the batter there, Ahmed Nasser, suggesting that something is troubling him.
Doesn't look 100% fit. Hasib, he's also been very impressive with the gloves. Barring tonight where he dropped a catch, he has been right up there behind the stumps. Very agile, very quick off his feet. Safe hands. This one's been played towards the cover sweeper again. They're looking for 2. And he is limping at the moment, Ahmed bin Nasser. I think he's cramping up. And that's not great news for Bahrain as well.
Well, Sarfaraz Ali is already in the dugout, retired hurt. You don't want another batter heading back to the pavilion with a niggle. The only positive you can see in it that they don't have to play another game after this, so they'll have some good recuperation time. But clearly Nasser has been struggling. He took that first run. It's on the turn that he realized and suddenly slowed down and was limping back to his crease. Gets behind it and gets on top of it. Plays it nicely towards deep backward square leg. Don't think so. They have the fuel in the tank for the second. Another fine over by Osman. 15 gone. It's 78 for 4. And to take you through the final.
है कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं. They also deliver food.
तो क्या मंगाया आपने नए दोस्तों से?
Indian donut. तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना is rewarding.
ये बोला था. मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा.
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है. कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें.
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है.
तो कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं.
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश.
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर.
$78 in 30 balls. The Saudi Arabia at this stage were 97 for 6. And look at Bahrain. They've saved a couple of wickets compared to Saudi, but they're 78 for 4. 78 of 30 balls. It's not going to be a walk in the park for sure, Rabit.
Yeah, the difference is 19 runs, and 19 runs do takes little while to come. And I tell you, it will be a little bit difficult for Bahrain to chase this down with 30 balls in hand only. They really need to play their A game.
Ishtiyaq towards the end. Slower delivery. I think he wanted to make sure that the batter sees the pace on it, or at least believes it's going to be pacey with that roar of his while he left the ball.
Well, indeed, and maybe a right time to bring in Ishtiyaq, because it was only given 2 and 2.
Yeah, it's a slower delivery, but he roared as if he's putting a lot of power behind this one, pace. Who said voice acting is not required to be a good bowler?
Well, you need to play some mind games as well. Deceive a batsman. It's a very old tactic what the fast bowlers do.
Not enough bat on it. This could be trouble. Backtracking. Oh, just outside the reach of Usman. Veerapatiran survives, and Bahrain will now remember to breathe.
Well, a very important player at this juncture of the game, Satya. He need to stick around. He need to score runs as well. Now that was very good bowl. Quicker one. Good length. The only error that was, it just was out of the reach of Usman. Nothing taking away from the fielding effort from Saudi Arabia today. They have been brilliant altogether.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, good delivery. Very good delivery. Veerapatiran this time with a grunt. Not the bowler.
Well, indeed, you don't have many options there. Not many choices that you need to go hard at every single delivery coming at you. 3 deliveries without a boundary now. Satya will be feeling pressure. Very good directed bouncer there. At the center of the wicket. Gets a little bit of an extra bounce. It's enough to beat a batter like Satya. Satya who's looking for one big hit.
Again, not from the best part of the bat. Toe end. Not good enough.
Yeah, jumped, just came down the track out of frustration, Satya, because he was not getting anything out of these first 4 deliveries. And all the hunger of runs, you can see the pressure on Bahrain because they played so slow early. Now they can feel the pressure.
The 74 or 26. When you need 70 odd runs in the last 4 overs, you need to go big guns. And that's why we were telling you the importance of the middle overs. Only height, no distance, free for all. Anyone can take it, it lands safely.
Yeah, but one thing is brilliant, that these calls being clear, crystal clear between the fielders. No collusion there. They just made a simple call that who would go for it, but it was in the end.
Nobody called. All of them forgot their SIM cards.
That kept sailing over there, and it's a very, very awkward position to be.
I'll tell you what, when the captain watches that ball, especially in slow motion, go up like that, he just feels like it was up there forever. Should have been taken.
And despite, yes, that was in the air for a long time.
Last ball. Good adjustment. Has he put it in the gap? Not enough power on this one. Irshad gets around it. 2 more added to the tally. And 2 more will not pinch Saudi Arabia much. 16 overs gone. They've curtailed Bahrain to 85 for 4.
हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
हाँ जी, मुझे ना डेंगू हो गया, मैं बेड रेस्ट पे हूँ, फुल रिफंड चाहिए था।
तो आपने 6000 की फ्लाइट बुक करी थी ना, इसमें 2000 एयरलाइन के कटेंगे, 2000 बुकिंग साइट।
फुल रिफंड चाहिए, कैसे मिलेगा बता जल्दी।
अब भाई साहब फुल रिफंड चाहिए तो ईज माई ट्रिप पे बुक करना था ना। ईज माई ट्रिप मतलब फुल एंड क्विक रिफंड ऑन मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स, नो हिडन फीस।
$16 overs gone, 85 without a wicket. David Sarfaraz Imran, the engine room, contributed 6 to 6, and it's not a good sign at all when you're chasing 156. Sohail was the only batter in the top 4 to get into double figures, and Haider as well left early today. A lot of pressure on Aimer and Veerapatiran to get going here, and they are inheriting a scorecard which is asking them to score runs aplenty. Once again that line. This time he finds the gap.
Yeah, they keep on feeding them on the pad by keeping 3 fielders on the onside. It's a risky move to do. These Bahraini batters like to play on the onside a lot. That was a flick on the onside. Just you need to bring the willow in front. Ahmad bin Nasir playing a 31 of 24. Now he need to extract not only one, but both the batters need to put some runs. They need to play some aggressive cricket here. They need to play some big shots. Not so easy against this man. Usman Najib has been so brilliant, so accurate. It's taking a little bit of a time to adjust the fielders according to their plan. Now the fine leg comes up. Oh, he hit straight to the third, and third was inside. It just straight went to him, travelling too quick. Very good planning there from bowler. Not feeding onto the pads. He saw the result. The first ball going on the onside for a boundary. A lot being changed in the field there. One comes in, the other goes out. And finally, they got the backward point in, and they change. They brought Atif. He puts it on the onside. Had a lot of force, but we'll find a man standing on the right position where he's supposed to be. Good planning this is from Usman. This is better.
Yeah, much better. 65 of 21. Saudi Arabia have started to believe that if they can curtail boundary balls to just one every over, they can still win this game, and they've set a field accordingly. The lines are suggesting that let them swivel, that's not a problem. No, that's a wonderful channel as well. A bit of mix-up of the pace and lines. You're going to mix it up nicely in this format. Usman, who started off straying down the leg side, has now started bowling in the channel. Abid.
Well, hits that seam hard, gets a little bit of a rip. Little bit of an awkward bounce, and the ball goes away from the right hander. It's a kind of a risky shot to chase that one, Amr bin Nasir, but now back on his mind it will be runs rather than losing his wicket. He wants to put the impact, and he's a very impactful player, Amr bin Nasir, but today he's left the gloves as well and is not looking so great in terms of fitness. We saw him limping down there as well, but he's a fighter, I tell you. Delivers it full and he hits it on the onside. The full toss has been not used as Bahrain would like.
For a team which has a batting power like Bahrain, to be curtailed to 92 for 4 in 17 almost, with the required rate soaring high, you got to give it to Saudi Arabia. The bowlers have been excellent. The plans have been executed. The way they tied the opposition up in the first 6 overs with minimum restrictions in the deep, that is worth writing a book on today. And this is their final game in this tournament. Veerapatiran had to go for the big shot. This time it will be taken. Hisham diving forward. He makes no mistake. And Bahrain have lost their 5th as well for 92 on the board. 64 of the last 3 overs required.
Well, all I can say, Saudi Arabia is a quick learner. Few games there and they are flawless, unstoppable. Look at that. Nicely coming underneath it. Well judged under the lights and taking the catch. And the story continues. Usman picking up wicket in last ball. 92 for 5. Satya departs.
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में, मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं।
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर। हरोली गांव की प्रथा का वो रंग जो है सबसे बदरंग, जहां सुहागन पहनती है लाल चूड़ा लेकिन माथे पर सजाती है हरा सिंदूर। सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
It's Ishtiaq to bowl his final. The set batsman has put this one away and gone sailing all the way for a 6 runs here. Much needed boundary. The 2 wicket keeper is now at the center and a very good confident looking shot.
Oh, terrific hit. And he knew he got hold of this one right away. 58 of 17. Amr bin Nasir is keeping them afloat, but he needs to get going very, very soon again with a shot of this kind. They need at least a couple more of this kind in this over, Bahrain, to keep them in the hunt. 58 of 17, Abid.
Well, indeed. All you can do is just keep it away from the arc. He puts it away. Change of pace this time. Well done, Ishtiaq. He's took that pace out, and the batter, despite hitting it, but not sweet timing on it. And they're just inching close to 100 now. Bahrain, with half of the team back in the hurt and their captain also retired. It's Safdar Mohammed who's come in, walked in today. He had the gloves in his hand because Amr bin Nasir was not doing the wicket-keeping job. And by doing that, so making into 11 as well, and also he'll get a chance to get himself express, and also he might get the team what the team is looking from him. First ball onto the pads, flicked it on the onside. He'll call for two, but Ahmed bin Nasser is not entrusted for the second. He wants to take things on his own way. 100 comes up for Bahrain with 5 wickets down, and all eyes are set on Ahmed bin Nasser, and of course the captain of Saudi Arabia, what he thinks, what he plans. Now this 2.5 overs are so important in the context of the game. We might have the game we are looking. We had already a lot of close encounters. This can be another one. Fielder settling underneath it and drop. That has been the story here all day. The final moment, just could not hold on to it, and the ball kisses the surface. You can see the reaction of the captain.
Now he wanted that catch to be taken. He knows that he's on top here. His team's on top. Abdul Wahid knows that, but still wants that catch to be taken because he wants to send a statement to the opposition. This should have been taken for sure. It's as simple as a catch can get as well. 54-14. Game still in the bag of Saudi Arabia. Ahmed bin Nasser needs to bat out of his skin to win this one for Bahrain. Hundreds come up for Bahrain though, but it's been a struggle to get there. Where is he looking now? Inside out. If he can go over extra cover, is guaranteed a boundary. It's a cross-seam delivery coming up. Poor line. Good collect though.
Well. Now it's all about the momentum. When you drop a catch, the momentum gets shifted to the other side. And this now final 2 deliveries being so crucial in the game. Now they just need to control these 2 deliveries, and I think Saudi Arabia will be okay. And if Bahrain gets boundary out of these 2 deliveries, we might have a match on. Goes little deep and did not time it at all. A dot ball here is definitely a goal dust at this juncture. Every dot ball plays a huge role. The captain would be really happy with Ishtiaq's performance. So far, he's almost on the verge to complete his quota of 4 overs, and he's given only 20 runs. Forget about picking up wickets. That's not the motto here. That's not the idea. The idea is to restrict and contain runs. Final delivery. On the onside, flicked it. Fielder is there and he'll miss it. The ball goes for a boundary, and a very casual effort in the deep by Atif Rahman. Captain looks in concern. 107 for 5 at the end of 18, Bahrain. Very tense moment. It's almost 24.5 required. And he goes behind the keeper, the right area where he can pick the gap, and he gets the 4 runs. It's a wicket keeper and their love for this shot.
What this boundary of the first ball has done is, and the seriousness with which these batters are having a conversation, is that they want to take it as close and they want to give themselves a chance. And to do that, they need more boundary balls. Safdar Mohammed, who gets a game today, and Ahmed bin Nasser, who's been there for 32 deliveries, both of them believe that this game can be done and dusted in their favour. And that's what Bahrain need. They need a lot more belief because they've got the skills Can they execute? 45 of 11. Is it really going to be a tight finish, or will Usman put an end? You can never take your eyes off this beautiful game, can you? All right, Usman's plan now. He's straight in line. It's gone for 4.
Hits it on the onside, but could not get it. He'll found a gap. Oh, that was close, but the batter has overran a bit. Yeah, that's what he says from behind the stump. Brilliant line, brilliant line.
Oh, good delivery. And I think he had made his mind up that he wants to go for that swivel as well. Didn't wait for him to get into a good shape to play that shot, even though Usman completely missed it. In fact, had you put 3 more sets of stumps, he still would have. Because it's never easy to turn in your follow-through and aim at the same time when you're not finding your balance.
Yeah, not everybody can do that. That's a very hard job to do.
And he follows it up with a brilliant delivery as well. Look at this one.
Some movement in the air as well as we are getting into that last phase of the game. And it's Saudi Arabia all the way. What a great performance this is.
Great execution of the Yorker, but still it's found the gap. It's been squeezed in the gap for 4. Ahmed bin Nasser reaches a well-deserved half-century with this one. And he's been the saving grace, and he's been the lone warrior for Bahrain towards the end.
Well, indeed, he wouldn't be too happy with his personal figures. Now it's about the team, but that shot is perfectly played to find the gap.
This man is a class apart. You just do not dig a Yorker out coming at least 140 clicks per hour and send it for 4 between your legs like that and still find a gap to do so in the field. Another well-executed Yorker.
Yeah, the call was 2, but they'll stick to 1. Only the one final delivery here. But I tell you what, almost the game is in the pocket of Saudi Arabia until they don't do anything wrong here. The extras and then bowling some looseness. This delivery is very important. If somehow Safdar gets a boundary or a 6, we might see a little bit of a chance for Bahrain.
Yeah, the slow start has come to haunt them actually. The slow start is coming back to haunt them here. That'll only be a single, much to the delight of Saudi Arabia, who could almost sense that they're ending this tournament on a high. 38 required of the last over. Bahrain 118 for 5.
हैं कौन है
ये मेरे नए दोस्त हैं दे ऑल्सो डिलीवर फूड
तो क्या मंगाया अपने नए दोस्तों से
इंडियन डोनट तूने तो बोला था नए दोस्त बनाना इज रिवॉर्डिंग
ये बोला था मैंने बोला था 11 विकेट्स पे जितने नए फ्रेंड्स बनाएगा उतना बड़ा जीतेगा
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम पहलू शामिल है एवं खेलने की लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी के साथ और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
कुछ तो है हम दोनों के बीच जो हमें एक रिश्ते से बांध रहा है।
तू कतरा कतरा बिखर जा मुझ में मैं तुझ में मिल जाऊं
जिसमें हो तेरी सांसों की तपिश।
सिर्फ अतरंगी टीवी और अतरंगी ऐप पर।
GNTPT 360 production. And we're enjoying every bit of bringing it to you as well. 38 required of 6 balls. And Atif, the Yorker machine, has the ball in hand. He might go for the slower deliveries as well if he's looking for wickets here. Because he knows the batter is going to swing with all his might. Safdar on strike.
Oh, he played with 2 minds there. First he wanted to go behind the keeper and then he made a change in plan. He wanted to go towards the third. In the end, neither is getting any.
Yeah, he wanted to play 3 shots within a span of 3 seconds. It's very difficult as soon as he saw Atif's not providing the pace that he's known for in the round, in the circles. Or 38 of 5. This game's virtually slipped out of Bahrain. 5 legal deliveries in Saudi Arabia will walk away with a win here. Some contact, but not enough to send it sailing. And a denomination which is not going to pinch Saudi Arabia even one bit.
Well, they'll be least bothered about the boundaries as well now. Here, Mohammad Saqib. There you go. It's away from Faisal, but there. So some dew is there, maybe.
That's one way to show that there is dew indeed. But look at that. He brought his body behind and did not let the ball go through. 37-4. Another slower delivery. This time picks it up. But the fielder in the deep, Saqib, will ensure it's only a single. Ahmed bin Nasser, you got a feel for this man. 51 or 36. He's done everything that he can, but needed an extra pair of hands at the other side to stick around with him for a long time to tame this equation, which has fallen into the pockets of Saudi Arabia. This is what is coming up next. It's the grand finale of Mazaplay.net presents Desert Cup T20I series. Oman are taking on Canada.
Hit away, up and over the point, and that will travel for 4 runs, but that will not hurt Team Saudi Arabia from getting cruise and inching close to the victory. What a match this has turned out to be for Saudi Arabia. Brilliance at his best.
A terrific shot. And he had the width as well this time around. But the cushion is so big for Saudi Arabia, they don't mind this. 33 of 2. Saudi Arabia realized that Bahrain curtailed to 1, 2, 3 for 5 in 19.4. And the fielder doesn't want to throw at the non-strikers end either. Both these teams have entered a non-aggression pact for the last 2 balls.
Well, maybe the final delivery will not affect in any result, but a little bit of a frustration, he can take it out on the final delivery. That's why he did not rain on it. He wanted to go hard on the final delivery. And that's how maybe Bahrain will finish on a high note. But Atif is the hurdle in front. Excellent figures. Slower one, hits it, tries to get... and they send back his partner without knowing it's a final delivery. They did not take a single run there. I think Ahmed Nasser knows that the game is gone, done and dusted, and it is all the way Saudi Arabia getting that crucial victory at the end, and that will help them in process.
Absolutely, it'll help the team Saudi Arabia build their cricket once they take a flight back to their home country. They've been exceptional towards the end of the tournament, and would only believe the next time when they're playing, they want to be exceptional from the beginning of the tournament. But what a turnaround for Saad. What a turnaround for individuals like Usman and Waheed. Faisal coming back into form. The team started to gel well together despite back-to-back losses. And this tells you that they're on the right track now, as they've realized that yes, they have the goods required to be delivered in a contest of this kind, a level of this kind. Spare thought for this man as well. Yusuf Imran, how good was he turning the ball? Saudi Arabia win by 32 runs, and it's a big margin indeed, given that they were up against Bahrain. They trounced them not once, but twice in 2 nights.
Well, very, very happy faces there. Men in green. They are the odds today. We thought they were down and out throughout the tournament, but who would have thought they'll finish at number 3? They played some quality cricket, right? A little too late for them to bring their A game, but that's what it matters when you finish on a high note. This team will be glad with their efforts. In the end, they ended up at being number 3. That's an achievement for them, let me tell you. That's how the batters has responded to 156 that was posted by Saudi Arabia. Not a convincing start here, sluttering again. Similarly, what Saudi Arabia had at the start, but it was one man all the way who stood there and kept on trying and trying. Satya gave him a good pair of hands, scored 19 runs, but not enough for the day. It was Ahmed bin Nasser all the way. Scored 55, 30 of 39 deliveries, remained unbeaten, but not enough on the day to finish on 3rd.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 for 6 is all that Bahrain were able to manage, owing to a very slow start. You could sense it from what you see up there. Yeah, Atifur Rahman in his 4 overs. Well, if you want to deliver a spell of this kind, you need Atifur Rahman only. He knew and got the measure of every single batter. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 14 runs without a wicket, unreal economy of 3.5. It is still T20 cricket, mind you. Zainul Abidin in his 4 picked up a wicket and gave away just 19. Hisham was good too in his quota of 4 as he picked up 2, and so did Usman Najib in his quota of 4. Wickets at regular intervals and very tight lines meant that it was too much to do for Bahrain to try and go for 156. The mission failed today as they only managed 123.
Well, the highlights package is there. Not a convincing start right till the end. They had a miscued shots. Those 2 wickets going down early, and the runs was not coming when Matthias David tried to get some runs. He failed on that occasion. Those 4 wickets going and captain getting retired hurt, but one man trying all his every bit, but slight bit of luck was not on their way or not in their favor, and it was all the way in the end Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I think they were better in terms of skill. They were so skilled that they bowled in the right areas as well. The death bowling was okay, and even when they faltered towards the death, they had enough of a cushion to seal the deal. This was one of the best shots that we saw today. That not only got his half century, actually, there was a brilliant shot in the end because he was able to squeeze it in the gap. Ahmed bin Nasser was standing tall, but in the end, it was Saudi Arabia who picked up a win, and this is how. Saudi Arabia 155 for 8 after being asked to bat first. And Saad Khan 69 of 54 top scoring. The left-hander coming good. Come the big game in their eyes. Hasib Ghafoor's 28 features in there as well, and captain also does the same. Imran 4 for 24 would be talked about for a long time, as Imran's picking up a good habit of picking up 4 wickets every time he turns up. Mohammad Rizwan's 2, Satya's 2 helped the cause, but with a bat in hand is where Bahrain faltered. 55 without much support. Ahmed bin Nasser, there's only so much that batter can do. Veerabhadran chipped in with his 19, Sohail Ahmed's 13, but not good enough. Mohammad Hisham 2, Usman 2 wickets, and Zainul Abidin exceptional as always. Saudi Arabia win by 32 runs. Let's go down to Shoaib Ahmed to find out who the player of the match is.
Good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation for the 3rd place position that was played between Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. Well, Saudi Arabia, they have just peaked at the right time in the tournament, getting those 2 back-to-back wins, and that will do a world of good for their performance, not only in this tournament but also in the future. Bahrain, on the other hand, started off really well in the tournament but just lagged behind in those 2 important matches, and that is the reason why they are now at the bottom of the table. Overall, I think it was a good all-round performance from both the sides. One team that looked really good all throughout and just grew in stature was Saudi Arabia, who also won this game comfortably in the end by 32 runs. Now it's time for us to talk to both the captains of both the sides one last time in the tournament. And let's start with the captain. In fact, it's the vice captain of Bahrain, David Keelan Matthias. David, can we have you here, please, for a quick chat? David, overall, I think it was a good tournament for Bahrain. They started off really well, but just faltered when it mattered the most. Tell us your reading of your journey in the tournament.
Yeah, I thought we played some good cricket in the beginning of the tournament. We beat some good sides, and we did really well. I think yesterday we had a great chance to qualify. Something sort of went wrong. 5 overs, we batted badly, and then from there we have not really recovered from there yesterday and today. I think that's probably the most I can say.
Yes, I think overall a mixed bag of performance. But tell us something that was positive out of the tournament. What do you think was the real positive that you would take from this tournament?
I think positives were we bowled well. A couple of matches we bowled really well in the power play. We bowled well up front. Sohail batted really well throughout the tournament. We sort of gelled together. Our catching was much better than the last tournament. So yeah, there are a lot of positives to take, and the fact that we almost qualified yesterday is a big positive for us. So I think we'll take some positives and we'll definitely learn from whatever mistakes we made.
You have thoroughly entertained us, and all the best for the future matches as well.
Yeah, thank you.
That was the vice captain, David Keelan Matthias, for Bahrain. Now it's time to talk to the winning captain of Team Saudi Arabia. It's Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar. Abdul Wahid, you kept your promise. You said that you're going to improve and you're going to win matches, and that is exactly what you did.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I would like to congratulations to all Saudi Arabia team and committee members, and definitely it's all about our mistakes and the boys, the players. They have learned their mistakes and they have worked on it. So that's why, Alhamdulillah, in last two matches we have the result is in front of you.
Yes, overall we've enjoyed your performance. I'm sure you must have enjoyed this one as well. Tell us how important was this tournament for you as a team?
Definitely, this as we all know, and I have mentioned this several times, that our 70% teams are new members, new faces, and they have got a very good exposure from this tournament, and which will help them in the future tournaments. And we have got some good talent and some new things learn a couple of things from this tournament. So it will help us and help for us in the future as well.
All the best, and we thoroughly enjoyed your performance. All the best, and we hope that you continue that positive upward trend.
Thank you so much. And at the end, I would like to mention our core and conditioning trainer, Muhammad Ali, and he have worked really hard. And the reason why we are fit in the ground and throughout the tournament, and it's a very tough condition. So I would like to mention his name, and thanks to him for his work. He have worked really fantastic throughout the tournament. Thank you.
You're welcome. All the best.
Thank you so much.
That was the winning captain of this game for Saudi Arabia, Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar. Now it's time to announce the player of the match. 2 for 2 is what the score read for Saudi Arabia, and then from there to reach to 155. There was an instrumental performance coming in from just one man. He, of course, is the player of the match. It is none other than Saad Khan, 69 of 54. And to give that award, I'd like to first invite the match referee, Mr. Jeevan Amanna, who has the player of the match memento, and this goes to Saad Khan. 69 of 54, brilliant performance under pressure, and an important game for Saudi Arabia. Saad, congratulations. Overall, I think you'll be happy with that performance. How important was that for you personally?
Personally, I think it actually goes to the team. For everyone, it meant a lot. Coming back from where we are and winning 2 games, I think it meant a lot. So we're just going to keep going and let's see what happens.
We saw that upward trend for Saudi Arabia. Do you think it will continue?
We have to. There's no other way. I mean, we got plenty of experience from losing the games, but I think there's plenty more coming. We're just kicking back now.
Well done tonight, and we hope that you continue that good form.
Thank you so much.
That was the player of the match for this game. Of course, there is a big final coming up next, so stay tuned. We'll be diving into a short break. When we are back, we'll be bringing you the grand finale between Oman and, of course, Canada. Stay tuned.
इसमें हमारे कंपनी का लगभग 1000 सब्सक्राइबर का डेटा है।
आजकल फ्रॉडियो ने एक नया तरीका ढूंढ लिया है।
अरे अभी तो पिक्चर शुरू हुआ है।
ये ओटीपी देने का 30,000 रुपए कैसे कट गए?
ये मैंने नहीं किया।